Esports United is proud to announce Canada's dedicated Valorant Collegiate Invitational. MECI Valorant begins with Western and Eastern Canadian divisions. Tune in on July 23rd and 24th for our West Division qualifiers and July 30th and 31st for the East Division. Find our socials at linktree/mesportsunited to stay up to date with more MECI news. Now enjoy the rest of the Canadian Intercollegiate Exhibition. We'll see you soon. Esports United is proud to announce Canada's dedicated Valorant Collegiate Invitational. MECI Valorant begins with Western and Eastern Canadian divisions. Tune in on July 23rd and 24th for our West Division qualifiers and July 30th and 31st for the East Division. Find our socials at linktree/MeSportsUnited to stay up to date with more MECI news. Now enjoy the rest of the Canadian Intercollegiate Exhibition. We'll see you soon.
can't tell you how excited I am as well after hearing a lot of hype for this tournament. And I am here and ready and excited to meet and greet my new friend here, Mr. Naturals. Tell me, I only just met you just now, but just like to give a little experience for those who may or not have heard from you or me before. What have you done in your casting career? Tell me about you. Well, I myself have been cussed here now. Started off over at Toronto Metropolitan University and have been mostly specialized in Overwatch and Valorant. And sometimes I do dabble in the League of Legends. Not as expert as you, peaked in silver. Not gonna brag or anything, but I have, yes, I have been in the silver elo, and I know not a lot of people have, but that's okay. Not everyone could be as cool as I, and that's totally fine. Thank you. I think it is. Mhm. You're so right. Yeah, it just does. Gold doesn't go with a lot of colors like silver does. Right? It's just a video game, man. You getting mad over pixels? Like, come on. Yeah, I could be extremely wrong, and I'm gonna blame the management team. No, actually, I can't. They're a hardworking group. I shouldn't do that. But UBC versus Waterloo. I knew it. I was about to say that. Thank you, coming in clutch management team. Uh, as always, they have all the answers we need whenever we need, and really, I could just ask them to do something for me, and they will. They're great. I lo- that's not in the contract, but I'm excited to see this and starting off in the finals. I have not been able to catch many of the other games. I don't know if you've heard anything about the fighting prowess of the history between these two teams at all. Oh, unlucky! No, unfortunate. Okay, well, for everyone who didn't hear Mr. Natural earlier, uh, me and him are going to be casting today's game. Uh, can you say something for us? Let's see if we can try to get you back on live. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, I'll talk to myself. For Natural is unfortunately muted apparently, and nobody can hear him. But thank you again to the management team for being so awesome and telling us that this is happening. So unfortunately, we're gonna try to get him back here and try to see if we can fix that as soon as possible. But let's see. I guess you guys heard my introduction earlier. I would love to let him reintroduce himself when he comes back. But yeah, UBC versus Waterloo. I unfortunately have not been able to catch any of the other games. I would love to see some sort of history or some sort of rivalry going on between these schools because I know outside of the esports arena that these are rivalry schools, and I know that being from Vancouver myself, I know that these two probably have good reason to cajole and be what is the word? Give some cheeky banter in the private chats. But I'd love to see them face to face in the gameplay, and I haven't seen anything yet. I'm looking forward to it. Hello, welcome back. I hope we can hear you. And again, I can't hear the stream myself as I'm watching. Ah, no. And I can hear you. It's just weird the stream can't. Hmm. Well, you know what, guys? You can obviously tell. Oh,
Oh,
oh, okay.
am I audible?
Hello.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Fantastic. Welcome back, Mr. Natural. And I've been told that now everybody can hear your lovely voice, as opposed to just me talking to myself.
That's amazing. I would love to be audible. That is my job after all. Being heard and talking. That is what I'm doing. So pretty pog if it
Yeah, we don't have
happens.
a lot of requirements, but
Yeah.
being heard is kind of one of them.
It is one of them. It is one of them. Sometimes we have to be seen as well, which makes things a little bit more stressful. But hey, it's
Yeah, I mean, you look great, and I love what you've done with your place
Hey,
and the
thank you,
posters.
thank you.
Like, I can immediately tell, man of character with all the
Man
the
of
merch.
culture. Yeah, absolutely. We got a bunch of different posters
Yes.
here. I can go through them if you want me to. We've got Paris.
Oh yeah.
We have. Wait, hold on.
Oh, beautiful.
There we go. So we have Parasite. We have Clockwork Orange. We have Ghost
Oh
in
my
the
God.
Shell. We've got Raw. That's like a
Okay.
French. It's like a horror movie. It's really weird. It's about cannibalism. There's
Oh.
there's,
Oh. Okay.
there's Akira. There's Cowboy Bebop. And then there's Spirited Away. It's like a Chinese poster of Spirited Away. And then there's Umbrella Academy that is blocked by the door.
Wait, is that the one with like the weird runic writing? Is that the one with like written in like runic glyphics or like weird Asian letters that aren't real Asian letters that just says Spirited Away?
I thought it was Chinese. But it might not be.
I think I've seen a post about that on social media where it's like most people just assume it's some sort of Chinese writing, but I think it's just Spirited Away, like a font that's made to look like that in English. And I could be very wrong.
No,
please tell me that's real.
No, I think that this is just Chinese because I recognize some of the characters. I think.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I'll have to send you an image of what I'm talking about later.
Oh, my camera is not off though, but okay. I could also see my own camera on the stream, so I don't know.
See it.
Okay. There we go.
More technical issues. Nobody's fault, but we're figuring them out.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh no!
I'll just turn my camera off. Whatever. Who cares?
All right. Well, if he has to be heard, then you know what? I don't need a camera. I'm gonna stick by my man Natural, and we're both gonna be videoless.
It's fine. Yeah.
Move solidarity and not me trying to save my little laptop.
Yeah, I think it's Chinese because it has like the 1,000 character. Sen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because like in Japanese it's like sen tochiro.
I don't know.
So I think it's yeah. Anyways.
A cultured man's.
Yes, sir.
Very cool.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of posters.
Wow, we love that. I don't have a lot of them on my wall right now. I only have Teen Titans. I have an Among Us
you have an
painting.
Among Us painting?
Yeah, I do. My girlfriend, she commissioned it for me as a just an I love you gift while I was in Toronto and she was still in Vancouver. Funny. So it's as funny as it is. It's amazing. It's basically us and our costumes and our characters just like looking at each other. Yeah. It is a very cute painting, and I'm glad that everyone who is watching knows that. And she's at work right now, so she'll never see this, and I doubt she'll find the VOD. But everyone here knows that I just shouted her out for that.
That's so adorable. I'm gonna sleep on the road tonight.
Yes. At least you'll have your posters.
No, but just that is so adorable. Okay, well, I don't know when we're gonna be expecting to get into this game, but in the meantime, have you seen some of the new characters? I have been on a little bit of a League hiatus in the past. I only had a few games the past few weeks, but there was Belveth, so that was like the most recent new character, and then they released Nyla, I believe, or her name is supposed to be pronounced, in the recent times, and a lot of people are very upset about Nyla.
I am. Pretend I'm a viewer because obviously I know all about this character being a caster for legal. But for those who don't know at home, who's
So
she?
okay, so Belveth is like a jungle. She's a jungler, and she's basically she's very odd. I feel like she's melee Kog'Maw basically.
Oh,
Yeah, so she
interesting.
has like a bunch of attack speed. She has a few dashes, and then she has like a few reset mechanics. She's a pretty interesting character.
Hmm.
On release, she was doing really well in lower elos and doing completely like absolutely terribly in higher elos. Which is
Oh
expected. It's kind
no.
of like a Master E type situation, right? Where you kind of
Mm,
just Giga Stomp lower elos, and then in higher
yeah.
elos, like everyone just walks away from you, and you're just completely useless.
Yeah. Yeah. No resets
Exactly.
for you.
But I mean, they changed her a little bit to balance a little bit of that power curve. I'm not sure how it ended up resulting. It looks like she's actually on the nerf list for next patch. So it looks like she's doing pretty well
Oh.
right now. I'm not sure exactly what the build for her right now is, but I've seen a few variations. I've seen a lot of like bruiserish type builds, where you kind of just go like one attack speed item and then you just kind of build like Death Dance and that type of thing.
Was she made to be
No,
an
no, she's a
ADC
jungler.
or
But but then we had an
oh a
announcement
jungler?
for the
Okay.
new champion who is an AD carry, whose name is Nyla. And then she is supposed to
Mm.
be a melee marksman. Um it's pretty interesting. She's a
Oh.
melee AD carry that basically is locked into the bot lane role because she has like a Lucian type passive where it's just like, well, if you're playing her solo lane, you're losing a lot of her power.
Mm.
Her passive is that she has infinite shields, basically. So yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh.
whenever you grant
Okay.
her shield, it stays on forever. As far as I'm aware. Yeah.
What? What an interesting mechanic. That's a real switch up from like any other character design. I find that incredibly
It's
interesting,
really
intriguing,
interesting.
I must
Yeah.
say.
So a lot of people are very mad about that.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, I figured. I don't think doing
yeah.
that live sounds great. That sounds like going double shield meta in Overwatch. That's
Yeah.
too much shield.
And
Permanent?
then on
Uh,
top of that, that's not
okay,
the worst
okay.
part about it. On top of that, she is also like super mobile, and she also has a Jax E basically. Uh,
Oh, she can
yeah,
just jump away
yeah,
and
yeah,
jump
yeah.
in? Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, that's exactly what I was like. Oh, the other character doesn't sound like they were completely broken on launch. Very unique for Riot. Now, this one, just kidding. This one is definitely Riot's old pattern. Okay.
It's an
I
interesting
see.
one.
I see.
I'm not
Okay.
sure. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with it. I'm excited, honestly. I'm gonna be one of the people that play her for sure. I'm an AD carry main,
Mm.
and I love like hyper mobile AD carries. My favorite like
Oh,
AD carry is like Callista, so I love that shit.
oh, I love Callista, dude. Pulling like rendering and getting like 3 minions at once. I'm not even that good. I don't even get kills, but like 3 minions,
It's
that feels
satisfying. It's
satisfying.
very
And then
satisfying.
getting
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
reset. Oh, and her jumping around. Oh, and with the attack speed, feels very good. I love
She's
Callista
very fun.
as a character.
She's very
I
fun,
think
and
she's
she
a
has
lot of
like a
fun.
bunch of like
Yeah.
super niche mechanics. I mean, they're not necessarily niche, but like it's like things that are
Mhm.
not in her like character description. Uh, there's this one that's called like the double rend. It's basically if you cast Q and then cast E at the same time, if you have a rend stack on anything like on a minion or on an enemy champion, then your Q
Mhm.
actually applies the rend as well. So you can double rent people like that. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's a pretty cool
interesting.
mechanic. You'll see it in
Okay.
higher elo a lot. There's this guy called he's actually called Justin as well, or at least his name is like Just Callista
Oh.
Na, and he has a pretty interesting
Mhm.
streams. He gets a little bit salty sometimes, but you know that's normal. I think we all do. League of Legends does bring out the worst in
Okay.
us after all.
Uh, who doesn't?
Uh,
True. True.
and
It's
yeah,
good.
he's a pretty good Kalista player. He's pretty entertaining to watch, and he does that all the time. And I've learned to do it, and it's really fun.
Hmm. Okay. Do you think that Riot added that as a what's the word? Do you think it's an exploit or do you
No,
think
so
it's a
originally
mechanic?
that change was a quality of life change back in the day for Kalista. So the idea was that
Oh, okay.
basically all of Kalista's kit like revolves around just her E resetting, right? And so the idea was
Right,
we're
yeah.
like Riot was thinking, okay, well we kind of QE was already a mechanic to begin with, but it was in the idea that you would Q someone and then they had a Ren stack on top of them and then you eat them, right? And then so if you had like a Ren stack on a minion, then you slowed them and so on. But the idea was if you kill that target, it feels really bad if like your Q goes through a minion, you eat it, and then the minion doesn't die, so your Q doesn't transfer. So the idea was if you press it at the same
Right.
time, it does that
Okay.
little extra bit of damage, and it can actually transfer. It goes through the minion instead of just stopping at the minion.
Oh, wow! Finally putting that collective years of gaming and coding
A
experience.
few hundred years
I
going
see.
somewhere.
Okay. Yes, this is one change I like.
This is
Good
like
job,
years
good job,
ago,
Ryan.
though.
Okay, that's
But
sick.
it stayed a quality of life change, and it became a mechanic. It's kind of like it's similar to like Riven or Caitlyn and stuff like that. I mean, Riven completely lost all of her mechanic, unfortunately. But that's just a topic for another time. Made do you know who Saber is? XF said Saber.
The first thing I
Yeah.
thought of was Fate Stay Night, so I'm
Well,
gonna say
his
no,
name
I
is
don't.
inspired from that. He's like this. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool, fellow weeb.
he's a
Nice.
mega
Sorry,
weeb.
continue though.
He's such a huge weeb. But he's just like Caitlyn main. He's like
Cool.
he was definitely like the best Caitlyn in NA at some point. He's like this Caitlyn one
Okay.
trick, and he's a pretty cool guy. And he didn't invent, but he popularized back in the day. I don't know if you were playing at the time, but like in season 10, I want to say season 10, 9 maybe. There was
Who was the newest
sorry?
hero then? Who was the newest hero then? Like give or take.
Maybe like when Aphelios came out, like that type of like that era.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was playing that
Caitlyn
actually.
had like a
Yep.
mechanic where if you attack moved on the ground, like it was this very weird mechanic, but basically Caitlyn was super bugged, and one of the bugs was that there was one bug that was really problematic where if she stopwatched, she would like headshot someone through stopwatch. So like, yeah,
What?
so like if you
Oh, no.
spammed like attack move while you were stopwatching, your headshot would go off while you were invulnerable, which was insane. And then as a result of
Wow.
that bug, there was another bug that was basically if you had a headshot on someone, like if you netted someone or you've trapped someone, you could spam attack move
Yep.
on the ground next to them, and your auto attack would reset. So you could like auto attack headshot, and this was called Machine Gun Caitlyn, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was the best time to be alive as like a Caitlyn main. It was fantastic. I miss it so much.
Machine Gun Caitlyn.
It
That's a
awesome.
great
It was
name.
honestly like such an amazing
That's
mechanic, and they
amazing.
removed it because, well, it was technically a bug.
Yeah.
Anyways, it looks like we're getting into draft.
Yeah, technically. Excellent. Please, let's comment into some of these picks. Oh, interesting, an Annie ban. I don't know if that's like team specific or is Annie just good in this meta?
I feel like it has to be team specific. I know some of the players here on
Okay.
the side of UBC's team, Arcane and Chiv, I'm familiar with. The others, I'm not. I don't know if it's because of name changes. So maybe I know the players, but I don't recognize the nameplates. Or maybe they're new players. I'm not sure. But Arcane and Chiv, I do recognize. On the other hand side, we do have a Yumi and a Zeri band here on UBC. So the Tom and Jerry combo, as commonly quoted.
Who said that? That's a brilliant name.
It's
Oh
an
my
LCK joke.
goodness.
Whatever. I'll explain the reference later. But basically, yeah, the combo there is banned.
Sure.
Yumi has been pretty strong this patch. She has been comboed with like a bunch of different hyper carries, a lot of fighters, and I think the reason why is because of the durability patch. It makes it so much harder to kill the person that Yumi is on top of on. So it kind of makes sense that Yumi is also buffed in that sense. And then Seraphine is also banned, which also makes sense because Seraphine is extremely strong. This patch, she has been the best AD carry, quote unquote, in the game, as well as a flex pick in mid and in support. And she's incredibly strong with Senna as well. And in the meantime, Lulu is also banned. So a lot of enchanters here being banned.
No, Lulu's one of my favorite characters. Being able to ult someone in and just knock people up has been like one of the best moves in League of Legends.
Like the
I
first
love
person
it.
I've ever heard that Lulu is their favorite character. That does not happen.
That's because I play her nimbly. It's usually me doing that, but I can understand how like stupid that would be to others. Plus, she just gets free shield, movement speed, and I love how they have to add like the term polymorphorize or oh my god, I'm already messing it up. But polymorph as like a CC to every like list of CC things that affect champions just because of her. I think her being such a little
special
piece of garbage is just so awesome. She's a special character.
Oh,
I love that.
And we have the last bad here, Senna on the red side, as the Arcane is picking Wukong as the first pick, and there were not a Glask as the answer here. I like it. So Wukong is still very strong. He did get hit with the nerf hammer recently, but he's still a very good pick, and he can be flexed into either the jungle and the top lane. As Renata and Lilia are the answer here for the side of Waterloo. Now, Lilia, super strong. So is Renata. I think Lilia is basically one of the strongest jugglers in the game at this point. She did also get nerfed, I believe, in the last patch, but she's still very, very strong. And the reason is pretty easy to understand. Durability patch, everyone has more HP and resistances. Lilia does percent damage, so obviously her worth goes up by quite a lot, and she can build a lot of items that go really well there, unlike the Leandries. That synergizes very well with her kit, as the Lucian and the Nami here are being picked for UVC. Very strong 2v2 lane, and is a very popular combo.
Classic. Yeah, that's an old school combo right there. We're seeing that in bottom lane when I still played. That was terrifying. And dash in, he gets the proc sets. Oh my god. Extra auto attack damage thanks to Nami. Oh my god. Oh! The Chad Callista pick coming out. Oh my god, this is gonna be your specialty.
This is actually a very popular 2v2. I've seen this 2v. Yeah, I've seen this 2v2 a lot in a lot of scrims and in professional play. Lucian Nami versus Renata Callista is, I mean, it's just a thing at this point. Everyone is playing it. Renata Callista is a very good combo because that extra few seconds that Callista is undying in the pseudo, Scion passive and has the Ren stacks. Makes it very, it's a lot of power, because when you're a Callista, those few extra auto attacks really matter, and those extra few spears, you press E, you get a reset, and all of a sudden you're winning the 2v2. Now, I'm not quite sure when the 2v2 is winning for either side, to be quite honest, but I do believe that Renata and Callista should be able to match the 2v2. They usually Lucian Nami pretty much always wins in the 2v2, but Renata Callista is a pretty good 2v2 as well. And in the meantime, we have our second round of bans here. It is the Kale, the Veigar, and the Vladimir, as well as the Aatrox here taken off the board. So a lot of really, really scaling options here being taken off, especially from the side of Waterloo. And I kind of expect them to go for something like an Ornn almost. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's going to be on Akali.
Oh, just kidding. No bruiser types just yet. Interesting. Looks like we're going to go for kind of a glass cannon comp. I like that. I love seeing high damage and quick fights. Very delicate balance of positioning versus damage. Always fun to see.
Yeah, for now, it's looking definitely very volatile on either side here. As the Gangplank here is going to be... This is an Arcane special. I've casted a game where Arcane completely popped off on GP, and I lost my mind. It's been a while though. Lissandra is being picked here. I love it. So Lissandra here, I believe, is an answer to the Akali.
Nice.
Lissandra is kind of the champion that usually shuts down picks like the Akali, as the Yone here is being considered. Now the thing is, on the side of Waterloo, you can flex the Akali into top lane. Gangplank isn't necessarily that much better of a matchup though. Akali can all in Gangplank, but it's gonna be rough in the first few levels. So we're gonna have to see here where Waterloo is going to be trading those picks, where they're going to want and have those picks. It depends, and also UBC could also just try to match whatever lane they prefer and have the Lissandra go top and GP mid. It's not necessarily undoable. But here, looking at these two full team compositions, we have no tanks on either side, and as you said, it's very volatile.
Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. What do you think is going to be the most fun lane to watch and witness?
I mean, again, this is so volatile that pretty much any lane can go either way. And it does look like we're going to have the Wukong here in the jungle for Chiv, which is expected since, we do have the GP and the Lissandra. It's not exactly picks that are able to be picked in the jungle. But yeah, it's very volatile either way. I believe... For me, the lane that's going to be the most fun to watch regardless is going to be Lucian Nami versus Callista Renata, because I think that both of these lanes are super interesting and are super cool to play and watch. They're very volatile, very explosive, very mobile.
Yeah.
So I am biased, but I do believe that it is very cool. On the other hand side, Lissandra Yone is probably a little bit more of a snooze fest. Lissandra doesn't really have that much kill pressure into Yone. She doesn't really have any kill pressure at all, really. Lissandra doesn't really pressure kills. She just
Yeah.
cancels the fact that other people can kill her.
Mhm.
But I think she's kind of a fun champion. I used to play Lysandra with Dark Harvest, and it was hilarious. Your passive would do so much damage. I think one of the things about Lysandra that I love the most is honestly her passive. I think it's really underrated in a lot of situations because she's basically like a reset machine. Especially level 1. If you get one passive proc,
Mm.
I mean it's good. Like it's imagine Kog'Maw passive, but resetting every time and slowing your enemies. It's pretty good.
If only I could hit all those abilities. That's not typically my strongest suit. Just hit him. Okay. Yes, I can. Management give me some friendly advice.
All right. All right.
Okie doke.
That sounds good to me.
Are you able to see my camera now? All right, I'm going to use my huge personality and swaggering charm to hold down the fort until Natural gets his back online. But I'm personally, like you said, I just excited to see the bot lane, and I really want to see this matchup between these two. If at any point, unfortunately, not the most familiar with Renata's abilities. I know that she has the Berserker move and the missiles, but I haven't seen them quite in action in matches. So at any point, if I'm just like struggling, I might hand the baton to you. But if you want to take over, feel free.
So
Otherwise, I'm excited to see.
I can give you the quick rundown of Renata's abilities if you'd like. Her Q.
Yeah, give it to me dirty.
All right, her Q is called Handshake, and I believe her Q is Handshake, and it's basically like a short range grab, and with that grab, you can pull someone to whatever side you want, and if you hit another champion with it, they're stunned for a very short amount of time. Her W is her Berserk, which basically is silent passive. You just apply it on someone, they attack people faster, and if they die, they don't die for an extra second or so. And during that time, if they get a kill, then they survive, which is super good ability. And E is basically like a worse karma RQ. That's pretty much it. She gives like her allies a small shield, and then she like fires a missile. It really doesn't matter. And then her ultimate is that big wave of making your enemies kill each other, which is very fun. Yeah, that's basically Renata.
How is that from? Okay, because I haven't seen her ult before. That sounds making them kill each other. Like, I don't know about how League and the community at general feels about CC and like abilities that make you not do anything. There are already so many, and there are hundreds of champions. Like, I know anything in Overwatch, people are really upset about like any sort of CC, whether it be slows, stuns, flashes. They'll complain about, and they hate it, and it disrupts gameplay. How is that in the League? How is her ult like balance wise and received by the player base?
You know, I think in League it's pretty much the opposite. Surprisingly, I think people kind of like CC a lot more. Generally, League players, the thing that they hate the most by far, I feel like, is abilities that are either make you immune or are hypermobile or have like infinite resets. I think, and the combination of those three makes it far, far worse. So I think
Gotcha.
things like Aurelia, for example, that is hypermobile, has resets.
Right.
I know it's stuff like that. I think is pretty frustrating. Gwen is a pretty frustrating champion as well. But then on the other hand side, you have to understand that a lot of League players are frustrated about pretty much everything and anything. I get it. It's a League is a frustrating game, but sometimes it's not the champion's fault. It's you. A lot of the times, but not a lot of people are willing to admit it.
You know, it doesn't sound like me. I think it's just the game, and it couldn't be anything else. There's no other factors about this that would indicate that my level of skill is the reason I am failing. Definitely just the devs. That's all.
Yep. It's the 200
Couldn't be
years of
me.
experience and nothing else.
Yeah, that's so much more design experience than me, man. Like, what can I say? free to not pursue this engagement any further. I like that.
Love to see it.
Right.
The thing about Gangplank
No
Lanes-
5-man invade. Unlucky.
No, tragic. Maybe we'll have one next game. It is a best of 5, so we have at least 3 games on our hands. And yeah, so the thing about Gangplank Lanes is generally the thing about Gangplank is that you're definitely going to be trading your health for Gangplank's mana. So in this lane, you are going. An exhaustive is doing exactly what you should be doing. He has the D blade, not the D blade, the D shield. Doran Shirley, and he most likely has revitalize as well. And what you're going to be doing is that you're just going to be eating those Qs to the face and hoping to regen them as much as you can before mana becomes a problem for Gangplank, or at least after mana becomes a problem for Gangplank if you're the Akali here. And for now, an exhaustive looks to be doing pretty well. And then once Akali hits level 6, then it becomes a little bit easier. You have the potential to all in people. As we know on the bot lane, for now, it looks like the push is going in the favor of Kalista Renata, which is expected. You know, with those Rens and with those stacks, you tend to be able to get a lot of pushing power there. As meanwhile, in the mid lane, well, a little bit of an advantage for Lysandra, but that's to be expected. Those ranged versus melee matchups for now. Now you can see Callum Coy here. I like what he's doing. When you have a level advantage, you do generally want to be very slow on your push, just so you can have maximum control over the lane for as much time as possible. And yeah, it looks like both junglers here are opting for a top to bottom path, so we might be seeing some level 3 action in the bot lane.
Oh, I'd be excited. Do you have any predictions in level 3? Like, if the jungles were to evolve themselves, do any of them have an advantage based on the champions?
Yeah, well, a lot of the advantages on those type of fights do tend to depend on HP advantages. So right now, it looks like Red is slightly better off on health. And also, Renata Kalista is really, really strong around those level 3 fights. And it looks like they're just going to be using their priority to put down a ward.
Oh.
And Lilia now finished with all of her camps, slightly faster than
maybe
Wukong.
happening bot lane here.
Yeah. Slightly faster than the Wukong, so she will be able to pick up that first grab of the game. Lilia, of course, one of the fast and clearing junglers of the game. So nothing too surprising there. And it looks like it's just going to be a recall here for the Lilia as well as the Wukong. Ooh. Looks like that's going to miss for now.
I like the searching that they're doing bot lane. Oh, a couple cooldowns have been traded. Renata's trying to go with this. Oh, Nami takes a bit of damage already. Only at half HP. It doesn't look like a lot of trading back has been done. Oh, this puts a Red at good advantage here. Oh, already backing though. Interesting. Oh, but it looks like Lucian's going to chase them down, not letting them back for free. Looks like they changed their mind. They're staying for now. Now, that wave hasn't been pushed into the tower. Feels like they're dallying just a little bit, but a nice rend by the Kalista in order to keep the Nami away. Oh boy. Oh, this is like on the verge of something about to happen, and I just want them to do something. It was probably they're going to play it safe and be smarter than me, the silver player, and back out.
Yeah, I think Red Side here is a little bit worried about the Wukong, but I don't...
Oh my god! Oh, Kalista firing off the first blood of the game. Oh my. Unfortunate for Nami. Tries to get a little bit too cheeky, a little bit too creative in order to stop the back from happening, but a nice rend and the CC applied. The slow, the flash was not enough for Nami to escape. That is just too bad. A little bit of cheekiness punished. Hate to see it happen. That's first blood.
That is first blood for Waterloo. Saren there going a little bit too far forward to try and cancel the recalls from the side of Waterloo, excuse me. And it is punished very effectively by Callum Coy and Interflow there. The Ignite drop down, Saren did have to flash out, but it wasn't enough, as you said. Callum Coy already had the Ren stacks on top of her, and when you have that many Ren stacks, all it takes is a Q and an E from Callum Coy that you saw there, and it did happen. I do believe that he also did the double resend mechanic that I mentioned earlier, but here comes the gank.
Oh, from bot lane, already in a very aggressive positioning, coming to take forward. Lysandra is able to use her E to escape, manages to just isolate herself. And she gets away. Takes a lot of damage, though. Bot lane has basically completed its mission. Oh, or was it bot and jungle? My apologies. They're going now, it looks like, to take drag as they've secured themselves a nice foothold inside of the enemy lanes. There's a lot of space for them to work here. It looks like dragon is basically confirmed.
Yep. Looks like right side here, they do have all of the advantages, so they're going to be able to take that dragon for themselves. Oh, and it looks like I think the stream can't hear us. Oh, never mind. Okay, it looks like the in-game sound is dead, but they can hear us. So that's good. Our voices are much more. Just kidding.
Us, this is good.
Exactly. But yeah, regardless, okay. So red team here has the advantage. They do have the first dragon as well. It is mountain dragon. This early in the game doesn't matter too much. Usually ocean dragon is the one that you're really looking for in these early stages of the game. But it doesn't matter too much. Really, you're looking for the soul stacking potential. As on top of that, red also has already a little bit of a gold advantage here, as well as some CS accrued in the bot lane and the mid lane here. Oh, beautiful there, Callum. Doing exactly what I was talking about. That is auto Q auto with the E. It's a double rend. Beautiful. Beautiful Kalista mechanics. Does maximum damage there.
And
a good trading pattern as Arcane now does have to be a little bit more careful of an exhaustive since he does have the ultimate available for him as well as the ignite and the alternator in his inventory. He does have some all-in power, and he has to hold the Kali a little bit of an arm's length there if he doesn't want to die. As Callum McCoy and Into Overflow here are going to be able to take one plate at the very least with all of this pressure that they have.
Oh man, I love it when a Kalista goes like basically underneath the tower and just jumps backward with that one auto attack, and it's just free space right there to work. So dangerous.
Live dangerously. As that's the handshake.
Right on the edge. Oh, blows are traded. Nami heals in order to get out. Looks like they're falling back to the end of the tower. Most of the minions are gone though, so is probably not able to all in unless Kalista wants to prove me wrong. Nah, she's just farming at the front there. Oh, but there's a fight going on top. Looks like a gameplay ult is committed. Wukong commits with the full dash, and he uses ult in order to confirm the kill. Does not look like Lilia is able to prevent the death of her top lane friend. Looks like the 2v2 is successfully gone to blue team. Very nice work.
Yeah, it's very nice 2v2 there in the top lane. And Wukong with that level 6, very effective, uses the ultimate beautifully and is able to take that kill there as Arcane here has to be careful on his back, but he's being smart about it. And as we have a little bit of fight in the mid lane here, but I don't expect anything to really come out of it. Turret Tickler just really wants to make this wave nothing of the past as Interval Flare. Just going to drop some wards. Arcana has to be careful here, but Inexhaustive did drop the Ignite and his ultimate here, so he should be okay farming under this turret as long as there's no jungle intervention. And Lilia is currently farming her caps, so it should just be fine for now.
And apologies again, stream, if you hear a little bit of a delay between passing the baton of talking between the two of us. There's, I think, a little bit of audio delay on our end as well. If it sounds like that to you guys, well, it's happening to us too. Apologies, but it's a technical issue. We're definitely cool enough to be able to talk to each other without any awkward pauses. It's definitely
looking for the all in here in the ball lane though. It looks like it's just going to be a flash out here from Sarah.
Ooh. Honestly, a Kalista ult for a flash is pretty worth there.
100%.
And they are able to ward aggressively.
The Kalista ultimate does have a fairly long cooldown, but it's still a lot shorter than the flash. As a McCoy here is looking for the Ren, but he's not going to be able to find it a little bit out of range there. But here, I mean, I guess I have the answer to who wins this 2v2. It looks like Kalista Rosada are looking pretty strong in this 2v2. As Turret Tickler is looking for the all-in.
Oh! Will the Ignite be enough? Oh, and it finishes off Lissandra with 2 HP, who tries to escape with her E, but does not make it. Yona going in with a full combo in the Ignite and able to finish her off. This is a lot of one fights for red team here. It looks like their pressures... Oh, and another thing, bot lane? Possibly? Okay, Lilia tries to go into the first Q, does not work, but the tower's already very low. It looks like Kalista and Nami want to keep their advantage here. Kalista and Rend try to keep their advantage. Nami misses the Q. Bubble does not hit, and it looks like a back. All right. Just more pressure, and more pressure.
It looked like a doable dive at first, but the Lila did miss her Q there, I believe. I think they were looking maybe for a fast pick onto Siren because the Nami does not have a flash currently. So if that Q hits and maybe you have the lullaby, you can try to just one-shot her and get out. But with that Q missing, they were kind of like, nah, you know what? Nah, I'm just going to walk away. And that's exactly what they do. And V-Flower here, again, it's like a dangerous lane here for the mid laner. Getting a lot of damage taken down. Now the Yone is starting to actually have some pressure on this Lissandra. And it's getting scarier and scarier. That's the thing about Lissandra is because she feels very clunky, right? And when you're into a champion like Yone, once things get out of hand, they get out of hand. I mean, Yone just all-ins you over and over, and because your cooldowns are just so long, it's going to be a rough time. And you can see it already. It's a 2-level gap here in the mid laners. Very rough. Very, very rough at this point in the game, especially because Yone will keep getting stronger. And you can see Turret Tickler is just Eing on cooldown and just destroying the Lissandra at this point. Very sad.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure for Sandra to back up for. Every time it looks like they have even a small skirmish, boom, that's like 3/4 of her health gone. She has to back up, give space. And the rest of the red team is doing an excellent job of winning their fights. I think top seems to be going somewhat evenly, but mid and bottom have basically been on lock. And even without it, like a decisive kill, it's only 1 and 3, which is still very low in terms of scoring. The red team has been very applying a lot of really, really good pressure and using whatever advantages they have incredibly well. Like, oh my god, look at Yone. He is not afraid to go in under that tower already. And Lissandra just has to keep him away. He barely persuaded to be kept away. Oh, but another fight bot lane. I was too busy talking about mid. A flash is used. It looks like, okay, Lucian is able to take a counter pick against the team that has already had a huge advantage. And it looks like they find a kill. Oh my god. And then top lane, never mind. Apparently there was an extra trade and Lilia comes to clean up, but not before it's taken over by the crab or by Mini Baron. And Lissandra's able to find the... Never mind. I'm literally eating every single word and every sentence I want to say here. Blue team has just miraculously turned around and been like, no, you know what? I want to kill too. Give me one for the team. I don't know what I'm saying. Holy crap. I shouldn't even talk. Why am I a caster? I'm obviously being proven wrong at every point. Please, explain to me why. I would love to hear it.
All right.
Little delayed? Okay. Well, unfortunately, I've been don't know if you guys could hear our very friendly manager. It sounds like we have a little bit of delay on our end. I've been trying to do the 2x speed to catch up for most of the game. I don't know if it was only by a couple seconds or if it was like a minute, but it looks like we're back on being very live now instead of just small delay. But yeah, basically like 3 different fights in all the lanes, and it looks like blue team was able to take all of them, and unfortunately didn't catch all of it. But it looks like they were trades, and it looks like there was
Okay,
3 kills total, I think.
Let me try to recap what happened. So first of all, in the bot lane, we had a little bit of a 2v2. Okay, well, might not have time here.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, Inexhaustive is dead here. That's a very nice gank by Chiv. He did have to use the flash to follow up as well as the red smite, the burn. We'll be able to kill down Inexhaustive. But I'll try to recap once again. So first of all, we had a 2v2 in the bot lane that went to the side of Callum and Into Overflow there. Almost did, because Callum Coy was looking for the 1v2 once Into Overflow died. But unfortunately, he rendered a little bit too early. One more auto onto Viadetta would have been able to take him down. But unfortunately, that's actually very nice swirling seed, but it doesn't look like they're going to commit to that. Would have taken him down, but unfortunately not going to be able to. And in the meantime, in the mid lane, we had a 1v1 with Turret Tickler and V-Flower. I think Turret Tickler could have been able to get out if he didn't. Oh, looking for a pick.
Ooh. The nice bubble, unfortunately, has to commit flash in order to get out. Lily's being chased. Flash is getting to chase down. Oh, able to escape. Just getting the gang playing ult. Able to finish off the kill. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, I think that was a Hail Mary, and it was beautiful, beautiful. From top lane. Yeah, I had to make sure that he wasn't in the fight. That was an amazing, amazing cover by Gangplank. Very nice.
Yeah, and it looks like an Exhaustive Hero might be dead once again. Chiv has access to ultimate, so it should be very easy. Meanwhile, Lissandra in this mid lane also looking pretty dangerous, but should be able to get out with the flash. As an Exhaustive, okay, with the Faker moves, actually going to be able to get out as well.
A clean escape. Wow, looks like blue team is able to just both blue and red have shown moves in terms of getting away. I love that.
Yeah, for it looks like a very good usage of their cooldowns there is going to mean that no kills for now. But it's a this game started off relatively slow, and things have been slowly ramping up and ramping up. I do want to mention that the gameplay is getting very, very dangerous. Already 2 items onto Arcane with the Prowler's Claw build. This is the one-shot build that a lot of Gangplanks do go for. It's a Solar Baka build, as commonly named. And this gameplay is only getting stronger, and I've seen what Arcane can do with this champion. It's not very Christian things, if you catch my drift. It's pretty rough. And again, Waterloo do not have a single tank. So these Gangplank bears are going to hit extra hard no matter who they hit. So again, we had a pretty heavy advantage here for the red side at the beginning of the game, but with slightly better 2v2s in the bot lane and in the top lane, as well as in the mid lane, actually. Turret Tickler did go a little bit over aggressive there on that dive. It means that UBC is now back into the race, and not even back into the race, I would say slightly ahead at this point, as holy, that's a lot of damage.
Oh my. That is a lot happening mid. It looks like small skirmish was about to happen, but it turns out the whole team was there. Flashes come out, Lissandra poppers are all, but it's already a clean up for blue team. Gangplank fired in the middle of the battle, and it looks like that is just not enough for red team to pull through. The engage and the initiation by blue team has been very solid despite being behind, and now they were behind. Now they have clearly pulled into the lead, and they're able to finish off Dragon. An excellent play. Wow, it looks like the team sense from blue team has just been off the charts so far. Oh, but maybe a revenge trade by Yone goes through. Oh, and again, as I'm speaking, it looks like Yone decided, no. This is not a free fight for you. Comes in and takes a kill and just dashes back out. Wow. I'm eating my words clearly.
Get out of here.
And he goes in again. I can't stop talking. Yone decides, like, yeah, 1v4, it doesn't matter. Oh my god. 1 HP is left with Nami, who's been bullied this entire bot lane. And oh my goodness, that was almost yet another kill. Just like 2% more chances would have just finished her off. Is this Kalista maybe searching for another? Oh, never mind. Nami gets away safely. Take over for me, man. There's that.
Well, blue team there, they were in a slightly better position for that dragon, and especially with Arcane being as strong as I mentioned he was in a really good spot to land a barrel onto Callum Coyd and Turbo Flow, did massive damage, and then you're kind of forced to fight as Kalista Renata. You don't really have any ways out, right? You don't really have a lot of disengage tools as that 2v2, and they were literally backs against the wall, so they were forced into a little bit of a bad fight there, and with Turret Tickler and a little bit far away, meanwhile, all of UBC was there, so they were able to take a fight with a technical numbers advantage, even though technically it was 5v5, but because they were out of position, we might have a 1v2 situation here.
Oh, another ult by Lissandra able to shut Yone down, but is he taking out another 1v3? It looks like well, okay, not successful. Not successful this time. Nice try, Wu. Nice try. That was a solid attempt. It looks like a teleport in order to try to save, but not quite soon enough. Looks like mid tower is being under pressure.
Yeah, that was a nice try by Turret Tickler, but unfortunately just not tanky enough for now to be able to take that 1v2. And of course, the lockdown power from both Lissandra and the Wukong is pretty decadent, obviously. But with that timing, the red team does have an option here to go for the Rift Herald. It looks like Shiv is actually looking to contest this.
Oh, and it looks like Shiv has its back up. His entire team here is turned into a 1v3. Rift Herald does safely get executed. But it looks like a fight. Never mind. As soon as I'm actually ready for it, no, never mind. They just decide to be safe and they back off. No, I was not ready.
Yeah, it looks like they're wise choice by UBC. I think just give up that Rift Herald. It's the second Rift Herald anyways. Not really worth that much anyways. And you're not really in a position to fight it. So just give it away. No problem. As, oh, Callum, you're walking into the wrong neighborhood. Never mind. So Kalista is actually one of those champions, one of the 80 carries that is actually really strong in a 1v1 situation. So much so that she's sometimes played in top and mid, and some Kalista one-tricks even swear by it. Especially, I think there because Callum still had... Ooh, looking for a 1v1 again.
Oh, another one? Ignite comes out? Does Akali want to chase here? No? Gameplay decides to take the fight? One barrel set down. Kali decides to respect the space. Gangplank ults himself. Decides where the arena is. Is trying to bait Akali in. Kali's making moves. Kalista comes in for the clutch assist. Oh, but the heal by Nami. Almost able to save Gangplank. Nope, never mind. That Ren was enough to take out what little HP Nami is able to give. And it looks like they're trying to go back in. Red is trying to follow up with that first kill. And it looks like Kalista has come to clean the rest of the house. Kali. Oh, man. Looks like Lily is there trying to keep the pressure away from the rest of the team while Red is able to safely finish off whoever was left behind in enemy lines. And blue team is being persuaded to back off. Oh, my. Beautiful, beautiful quick cutscenes, action scenes. I had to be on my
Arcane,
toes
they're a
all the time.
little overextended in the side lanes. In this 1v1 against Akali, it's really, really hard at this point in the game. And even though he's so fed, he's still a target for the Akali, right? And you can see that the 1v1 was still close. But unfortunately, Arcane, again, he was too close to the red side of the map, and it was easier for Waterloo to get reinforcements to the 1v1. That does mean that they win the fight. And on top of that, there's still another person that gets picked on the side of UBC, which is the jungler. It's Chiv that gets picked off by the Kalista. Now, no jungler means that Waterloo is going for the Baron.
And early engaged by the Akali, gets exhausted, but is able to distract for the rest of her team so that they're able to safely take Baron. Oh my, blue team is trying to follow up, but in chase, but it looks like Red is like, no, we decided that this is not a very healthy engagement for us. We have Baron, it's time to peace out. We've got what we came for, not here for you anymore. And they have peaced, and they're trying to use Baron buff as best they can mid, but oh, is Akali stayed behind a little too long, gets engaged with Wu, Wukong ult exhaust, and his ultimate pumps up to pump him. Ooh, but the CC was not enough to keep her there. She kind of just kept walking out, and the tower has not been taken just yet. Oh my, very ballsy by Akali. Decides to stay, even with the Baron buff, and is like, nope, I can 1v5 this if they come and attack me. This is fine. Blue is able to take Dragon safely. Maybe a fight mid? Who knows? Something might happen soon. I'm going to stay. You know what? I'm going to stay on my toes. I'm going to just assume something's going to happen, okay? Because usually when I stop, something does. Okay, so we have fighting down in mid-tower. Lissandra looks like she's ready to go in here. Commits her ult early. GPL comes in as well. Looks like I was prepared this time, but this time red team was not. The clear engage from two different ultimates to pop in. The shutting down power was massive. In the middle of four people, Lissandra and GP are casting their ult bones into the center, and the team was not ready. It looks like re-engaged by red, who thinks that they can still take this on. Oh boy, okay, Akali tries to keep going in, but is shut down quickly. Her life is completely lost. It looks like maybe the last two have decided it's a smart idea to keep Baron and back up. Oh, okay, so I made it this time. I was ready. I was on my toes. Take over. I think this is a good start.
Yeah, so I actually really like what red team did there. Waterloo, originally, I like the idea. They were giving up Drake because they don't have the tempo for it. Blue is already on the dragon and they know it, so instead they try to go for some mid pressure. Now, the only problem with that is it's actually a 4v5 because Inexhaustive is late to the party. And so they start walking mid, but it's still a 4v5. And they pressure. Oh, it looks like Arcane was able to take a 1v1 there. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see that. But what was I going to say? Yes, so red pushing down mid lane, trying to get, instead of the dragon, they look for the tower. And I agree with the idea, but the problem is they're a little bit too far forward. And once they do get the tower, they're a little bit indecisive. And that little moment of indecisiveness means that Arcane has a beautiful moment. Gets a very, very fat barrel, does a lot of damage. There's no Kalista ultimate available. And it's just a wipe. I mean, it's just the GP slow plus a follow-up from the Lissandra means so much damage. And Waterloo know that it's a 4v5, so they're like, oh, wait, we have to get out. And so they try to get out, but it's already too late with the slows. And Lissandra dies as well. Gallon Koi, Turret Tickler, were able to get out, but unfortunately, Inexhaustive there, going for a little bit of a hero play onto Chiv, which at best is a 1-for-1, but unfortunately, it doesn't even end up being a 1-for-1, and instead is traded even more positively for UBC. So now, even though the Baron did go with the side of Waterloo, UBC is still, again, they are pretty much even at this point, and Arcane is absolutely massive. He's reaching a point where the GP is going to become such a problem that a single Gangplank barrel is pretty much going to mean the end of the fight for Waterloo.
Yeah, good job to UBC for really turning around the beginning advantage that Waterloo had. It seemed like at 3-1, Waterloo knew exactly what to do and how they were going to play this, how they're going to use the advantage from mid and bot from their successes there to take the entire team. But Arcane kind of held strong. We didn't see too much of him in his action. We did see a little bit of trading, but not a lot of kills. I didn't quite catch their goal. But it looks like GP is turning out to be one of those top lane carries that everyone prays for when the other lanes have lost and the jungle is about even. And man, it is coming into play here. Looks like some trading's being done. Red is being safely taken. Possible fight coming out here. I'm going to keep staying on my toes. Kalista at the forefront. Maybe not. They're searching. They're sniffing. Both teams are ready for something to happen. Lissandra's looking to go in. Nami commits her ultimate right away. It whiffs, but Lissandra keeps going, uses her eye bone. Oh, no, it was just a bait. Just kidding. All the cooldowns were thrown exactly where that was placed. Lissandra knew that was going to happen. Wisely decides to back off. Everything is reset. We're back at neutral.
Yep, looking for a little bit of a pick there.
But I was ready this time.
You're ready. And I commend the readiness. But unfortunately, not going to be able to find anything there from UVC side. As Arcade was looking for an exhaustive here, but he used 4 barrels, so that's pretty much all of his damage there. And now it looks like Waterloo is actually looking for a pick onto Arcane. I like this play. There's a teleport coming through, though.
Oh. Possible helping out. Lucian commits ultimate already, so does GP, but they back off. Looks like only a couple cooldowns from Waterloo in order to escape. Now it seems to me, oh my god, the burst damage? That's crazy. Callista is able to safely ult her partner out. Is she able to get on the other side though? Lissandra just immediately ults her, keeps her in Baron Pit. They have a fight. It's like dodgeball. It's season 1. Blows are traded. Callista picks up Callista picks up Lissandra. Lissandra goes down immediately. Wukong pops us out and Lilia is able to stay. Oh my goodness, and amidst all that, the Wrens were able to have Callista pick up 3 and an ace for Waterloo. Beautiful. Wow. Even with the chase down, denied. Waterloo was like, no, you're staying in here with me, and Callista, the beginning ult, or to start off that fight, huge.
This might just be the game. There's a 10-second timer here onto the Lucian. I don't think they have enough of a wave. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to take the inhibitor and walk out and maybe go for a dragon here in 20 seconds. But that is a very, very huge fight to win, as Waterloo are setting themselves onto a sole point on top of course, a bunch of extra gold. And someone is calling me, and I'm not going to take that call. Very interesting fight. So basically what happens is that they see the angle onto end overflow, but again, the Callista ultimate is always there and can save your support, and that's why Callista is strong. It's honestly not the champion that's strong, it's the ultimate that's strong that makes her support so hard to catch. And Renata is one of those champions that is very susceptible to being caught, but when you have a Callista ultimate there to save you, suddenly things become a lot easier. So now, what you have is UBC trying to kill this Renata, and they notice, okay, that's most likely nothing. Chiv is just going to smite it. Never mind. Might be looking for a pick.
Oh, but being sneaky. It turns out there's 4. Okay. Wukong immediately bursts his ultimate out. Oh my goodness, and followed up by another Lissandra. Dude, the amount of CC on one person from any of these two, either GP, Wukong, or Lissandra, just pop their ultimates to start a fight and get a quick pick. That was... what a dirty, dirty surprise to be found for Waterloo. Oh my god, okay. Then your... the brother Yone tries to commit in here, and flashes or uses ability to escape. Looks like maybe Zonya's, unless I missed all that. Looks like UBC still has a numbers advantage. Looks like they're going to go for Baron. Waterloo is ready, and they're waiting on the sidelines. Hiding in the bushes. The trinket being destroyed. Baron's already have half HP. Waterloo's going to make their stand. Starting in with the ultimate. 2 Zonyas come out. Berserk is only affecting Nami. Not too much gain from it. Baron still being tickled. Lucian pops his ultimate. Tries to fire it in the middle. Gets minimal damage. Zonya's coming out from the Lilia first. Oh my god, and the barrel on the ultimate just immediately deletes Lilia. She's gone and is back to a 3v5. This is looking dangerous, but it looks like Waterloo still wants to continue. Oh, the Callista with the ult and the knockout. Gets 2, finds 2 again. Another double kill for her. It looks like she's going to go for more. Oh my, UBC is very aware of this. Even the Lissandra ult is not enough to save from this deadly Rend. Another dash in. Okay, and Akali just picks up the final fish who's trying to escape from the game. And GP is about the only one left alive. Waterloo did not take prisoners in that fight.
That should be...
Oh my goodness.
Never mind. It is not the game because Arcane smartly recalled as soon as he saw that the fight was going poorly. He recalled and cleared the wave. And, you know, it's hard to dive this Gangplank and kill the turrets. So they're just going to go for the Baron instead. But another play goes to another. It's a little bit of a domino effect there. So with the team fight that UBC lost, all of a sudden, now they're recalling back into base, and they try to get back on the map. And they get back on the map first because Waterloo recalled after they did. And Exhaustive gets picked there, trying to get the Scuttle Crab, which then lends UBC to a 5v4. And they're like, okay, we have to start Baron and then pick a fight. But the problem is, UBC doesn't really have that much engage. So either they have to try to turn without engage or burn the Baron, but they try to burn it, and there's a lot of damage coming in from the blue side in a 4v5 that is not that committal. With the Yone, you can kind of jump back out. You have the Renata Glass that just has to press R and all of that. And Waterloo delays enough so that Akali can TP back into the fight. And then all of a sudden, it's a 5v5, and UBC is not in the spot to fight it. They are chunked by the Baron, chunked by all of those ultimates, and then have to recall and have to back away. And once Waterloo realize they see the angle, they see the killer instinct, they go all in. And Arcane there making the hero play and saving the game there by recalling and saving the base. And now Baron is up once again, and both teams are going to be looking to contest it once again. But this game is really on the knife's edge here. It's the Gangplank that is pretty much holding up this game for UBC by himself at this point. And on the other hand side, we have Waterloo with some really, really good teamfight execution that has been able to get the better of UBC for now. Once again, one barrel is pretty much all it takes. We just have to see if Arcane is able to pull it off.
Oh, I bet there's going to be a sneaky barrel waiting somewhere in the bushes. It's going to pop. Someone's going to die immediately. The amount of bursts that both teams have is crazy. I think the sneak attacks have been like the dictating factor of each of these fights. They just kind of hide in the bushes. They burst down one guy. They're not afraid to pop ultimates because like they're just come back in like 40 seconds. And they just keep going. It's crazy. And GP is just like plopping down his barrels left and right. And this easy burst. I think Vision is probably not matters as much as any matches I've seen before as opposed it. Whoa, English. Let me reset that sentence. Vision is a critical factor. And it is not, I have not seen it be so important before. It's crazy. And I'm, okay, yeah, no, maybe fights? Not sure. Oh boy. I'm sensing one though. My senses are tingling. I can smell one. Looks like, just like you said, possible Baron attack. Oh, okay. Baron is being started. Waterloo has decided to start on the front foot. Here we go. Half HP already. Does it look like UBC is coming to stop it? They are. They're waiting open the wings. Looking for something to start with. Probably. Oh, okay. But Baron is able to be taken quite safely by Waterloo. Okay, UBC is deciding to commit with a TP in order to get here. Are they still going to take this fight, even with the empowered minions? Very possible. Oh, Kalista decides to go in early for someone who might be out of position. Nah, but it looks like a careful escape is able to be made. Wukong does not get punished with the Rens just yet. Just hit with a couple auto attacks. Okay. We're seeing a monopoly coming out from Waterloo in order to take over all the objectives. UBC is ready to go back in, possibly. Oh, okay. Yone just goes and says hello and comes back out. That's fine. Oh my god, they're dancing. All they're doing is dancing. They're just dancing around each other, and they know. All of them know that this is a tight game where anything could happen. Single person dying, they're not I bet that 5 ultimates are going to be popped for one guy. He's going to die, and that's going to change the game. Okay, nothing happened, but I'm glad that I was on the edge of my seat, and I was ready. I was ready this time. I'm getting better at this. All right. Oh, what do you think is going to happen now? Oh, God.
Well, Waterloo have basically taken all of the objectives off of the map at this point. They have the Baron, they have the Soul. Now, they have the option of either trying to force a fight before the Elder pops up. Oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse me. Language. They either have the choice...
Goodness
gracious. They either have the choice of trying to force a fight here with some kind of pick potential. Usually that would most likely be with the Lilia. Lilia ultimate is really the big one that you're looking for to try and find a pick in this game, or the Yone ultimate. Either can work, but I'm expecting the Lilia to be the main engage here if they try to look for something, or they just keep control of the game, wait until Elder, flip Elder, and then win the game. It can be either or. At this point, I'd rather they try to find a fight, because the longer they wait, in my opinion, an Elder flip is a flip, right? But if you try to force a fight, at this point, you're a lot stronger. Your AD carry is on full build. Your Renata is on 3 items. Your Yone is getting really strong. Pretty much everyone on your team is strong. And on the side of UBC, it's pretty much only the Gangplank. Now, Arcane has reached a point of critical mass as well. He is full items. So once again, 1 barrel is all it takes. But what I'm saying is that if Waterloo take a fight now, the only person that they have to kill is the Gangplank. But if they take it a little bit later, then they might have to worry about the Lucian as well. As for now, it looks like it'll be nice thing. Maybe a pick here for UBC.
Oh, but a committed ult already by Lissandra, possibly? Okay, more CC. 3 ultimates come out, but they're not able to finish off the Lilia. Lilia is able to escape. Kalista is able to pull her partner away with the ultimate, and they just walk away fine. Okay, like I said, they were so willing to commit 4 different ultimates just to kill that one guy, but it looks like, the Lissandra ultimate in order to keep herself alive, and I think a Zanya pops, as well as the support from her team, swiftly came to her save her, or savior, be her savior. They're able to just walk away from that fight. But like I said, 5 ultimates for one guy. It's happening. We're starting to get towards that. Oh, that 1 kill is all that matters. Looks like, okay, yeah, Waterloo's just going to take a bunch of objectives.
And Exhausted there almost gets picked, but as you said, with the Zonias, is able to walk away. He's very slippery as they're looking for the fight. It's a 2-man ult from the Lilia.
Oh, okay, and then Kalista goes on the side. Kalista is able to pressure someone else. Keeps away from the middle of the fight. Looks like Wolf the Wolves, not the Wolves. Someone has already been taken down. There's already one kill. Callista's coming here. The longer she's in there, oh yeah, those Rens are going to take care of the Lissandra. She is already dead. Wukong tries to go into their ultimate to save everyone, but Callista is just cleaning people off the table. Oh my god. Is that a penta?
It's a quadra. It's a quadra. It
That's a
exhausted,
quadra
took
kill
the
right
penta kill
there.
away from his AD
Beautiful.
carry. Well done from Callum Coin into Overflow. Pretty much carried this game. The bot lane went their way for the entire game, and they were able to really transition into the mid game and into the late game really effectively with this Renata Callista combo that we were talking about earlier, and they will be able to take the game. Woo, Challenger Mastery, I like that. As game 1 is going to be going over to Waterloo in this best of 5 series.
Wow, props to both teams. Like that was really, like you said, a nice edge game. I really thought that. Okay, so Waterloo had the advantage at the start of the game. They had the good pressure on the bot and mid lanes. They were doing great. Then GP comes in later mid game in order to take over as carry and just dominate most of those fights. And despite the teamwork that I saw from Waterloo doing so well on the average level, GP was able to just pull his team's weight and really save everyone with those barrels and surprise attacks. And like, oh my god, the amount of CC that like the Wukong and the Lissandra pulled out on every fight. Just to shut one guy down and then run away with that pick. Wild.
Very well
Great
done
game.
there. You can see the damage from Arcade is absolutely incredible. To be expected though, from the Gangplank at that late stages of the game. I think Arcane did a fairly good job. I think a lot of this game can be factored into just Callum McCoy and Overflow performing really well on that 2v2. I really like it. I like the performance there, and we'll have to see what kind of adaptations we have for game 2. I am still expecting a lot of the bans that we saw in game 1 still be on the board. Notably, a lot of the enchanters like Seraphine and Yumi to most likely still be banned. But I like the options here from both of these bot lanes. We'll have to see if UBC's bot lane looks for something different, maybe a different 2v2 to try and equalize or cancel that Callista Renata lane that Waterloo did have in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going for a break or what. I'm not sure. I guess that. All right.
All right. See you guys soon.
Okay. He reloaded his page. I'll be right back.
Hey, yeah. I've returned.
Sheesh.
How was that for you, Natural, for the casting and the ratio and like the flow? Feel good? Everything's
I mean,
good?
I think
Notes?
the worst part by far is just the delay. It seems like you're delayed by like 10 seconds, which is horrible. And it's not your fault. But otherwise, I think it's totally fine.
All right, awesome. Dope. No notes as well. We're doing pretty good. One day I'll have I would do Ethernet, but the problem is like where I can set up my little office in my room is like literally the furthest place away from my what is it called? The box, the Wi-Fi box. Like I'd have to go through 2 doors in a hallway, and it's like not practical. I wouldn't be able to drill a hole anywhere either.
Understandable. I mean, I'm selfish, so I have like a super long Ethernet cable, and I just run it through. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, deal with it.
Hey.
But
One day I'll be able to do that. Do you have roommates or live with your family?
I have right now I don't have one, but I'm gonna have one in a few days. We're subletting the room. My original roommate moved out. But I'm in like in an apartment. It's like and welcome back to what is supposed to be our second game of this best of 5 here in the finals of this tournament. We have UBC versus Waterloo. The first game did go over to Waterloo. We'll see what happens in game number 2. Waterloo had an explosive draft in game 1 that was really, really interesting. We liked it, and they were able to take the win with what was a really good performance from mostly from their bot lane. Callum Coy doing really, really well there.
Yeah. Pulled through from so many ultimates in order to save his support, and really used to engage and disengage from fights and basically save from whenever UBC had their tactics of pounce and wait. Anytime they tried to sneak up on anyone and shut them down with the 3 ults, Gangplank's ult, Wukong's ult, and Sandra's ult. Nope. Close to just yank them away, sent them back in, CC 2 people, and then apply rinse and repeat. It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. Looks like we have a giveaway actually going on in chat, which is pretty interesting. And apparently you can enter the giveaway by typing in !giveaway. No capitals, that is all attached in chat. It is case sensitive. And apparently we have 2 winners already of MSI backpacks. And those winners are Taylor Clone and Colachito 2002, who will be receiving a DM via Twitch on how to claim those prices. And we also should thank the sponsor of this tournament, MemX and MSI, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Thanks for the cool stuff, guys. Congrats to you two winners again, Taylor Clone and Koal Cheeto 2002. Sorry if I mispronounced your names. And thank you once again to our sponsors. We appreciate it. It's cool stuff. I want a backpack. Can we enter that actually? I want to put my. Yeah, we probably can't. No, that's probably not allowed. And I want stuff.
You could ask production, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey guys,
we gotta get backpack.
Yeah, for the memories, not because I need like merch or anything.
I just want the swag back.
Yeah,
have
free swag would be very cool. And I think if I'm seeing correctly, the teams have been chosen. I don't know if the things have been locked in. Could be wrong. Let me to. Maybe not. Okay.
I think we're spectating a random.
Let me give it a couple seconds before I start talking about something else. Okay, cool. All right, then great. As long as I'm not missing anything important, then I'm able to dive into how much I love the semantics of last match. Man, even though we have been praising Gangplank and Arcane for being such a hard carry for the rest of the team, I don't think that UBC was at any point worse than Waterloo in terms of their team plays, because like I said, when they did the wait and pounce, everyone would wait. Like it was basically the 1-2 rinse and repeat. Lysandra goes in with her E, she summons her ultimate on any one of the unsuspecting people. Wukong would jump in, blast his ult, knock them up, and then they would just continue. Anyone who wasn't the Ren, I can't remember the character's name, but the support for Callista was basically destroyed. Anytime Callista didn't yank out with an ultimate, just thrown away. So good job to UBC for their teamwork, and congrats again to Waterloo for their win on that, because even though UBC was able to turn around with a couple plays, the consistent pressure and performance by the entirety of Waterloo was very impressive.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I think there were times where UBC could have done a little bit better in their team play. I think a lot of the times UBC were overcommitting a little bit on a pick that they couldn't fully execute on, and then they got punished really hard. But I mean, that being said, still pretty well done there from UBC. I don't think they played extremely poorly or anything like that. I think they played still a very, very decent game. But Waterloo were able to pull up on top, especially after a lot of those fights started going Waterloo's way. And I think Arcane really was kind of like their last hope when it came to the late game, because their comp didn't scale that well. It was really just the GT, Wukong, Lysandra, Lucian Nami don't really scale that well. You could also say that, Callista doesn't scale well either. But when you have a Renata, things are a little bit easier. That the little extra boost, those little extra timings, that invulnerability, the all of that does help you actually scale pretty decently, despite the fact that technically you're not exactly a scaling champion. But regardless of that, yeah, very well done there from our teams. And I was reminded to give a little bit of a shout out to the sponsors and talk a little bit about them, since we do have some time before we get into the draft. As soon as we get into the draft, I'll stop talking. So we have two sponsors for this tournament apparently, and one of them is Memory Express Retail, who has apparently 16 stores across Canada, including a newest location in Mississauga, Ontario. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, honestly. I'm Canadian, but I have no clue how to pronounce that. Ironic, isn't it?
Mississauga,
right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, I got it. I'm talented. Just kidding. As Memory Express is also one of the sponsors, and it is apparently an esports infrastructure in Canada, and they are existing to support just this collegiate esports infrastructure in Canada, and they have collegiate invitationals, online tournaments, and all of that, and Academy as well, with a dedicated education purchase program for students, faculty, and school staff that you can register now at myacad.me.com. Excuse me. That being said, we have the draft. And look at who's being banned. It's Gangplank.
You know what? I can't say I'm surprised. Waterloo did suffer at the hands of this ye old top pirate. They did an excellent job of making him top of the pick for the bans.
Top of the morning to you. As the other ones are going, will be the Annie, the Seraphine, the Veigar, the Yumi, and the last band here for UBC is going to be the Wukong, actually, surprisingly. As we're not really UBC here, still apparently fully riding on to the belief that Wukong is completely OP. which I can see. Which I think is pretty strong for sure. I don't know if he's ban worthy, but they are going to take it away regardless. As Diana is being considered here on the blue side, I'm not too sure about this one. Usually Diana is paired up with Yasuo, so I'm kind of waiting here on blue to pick a Yasuo. Now the only there's no way you just pick that. Okay, well, Ivern is really, really bad right now. He is probably one of the worst champions in the game currently. So I'm not sure what that's for.
Okay, hear me out. I think they got tired of the pounce strategy, the wait and pounce strategy, and they're gonna make their own bushes, and they're gonna reverse Uno card it, and they're gonna be the ones doing the wait and pounce strategy. This time Waterloo is flipping it around on UBC, and they're just gonna make bushes everywhere and hide them. They're gonna 5-man hide them, and it's a prize. Boom! It's definitely gonna happen. You have juicy guarantee right here.
So you're telling me they're picking Ivern Rengar? Is that what you're telling me?
Dude, it's an OP combo, man. You can create instant jump spots. There's like no counterplay. It's guaranteed. Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah. Okay, I mean we'll see. We'll see what the strat here is for UBC. But regardless of that, Waterloo here picking the Diana Yasuo as I was expecting, as well as the Senna on top of that. So right now Waterloo has a big cannon pointing right at UBC's face with this Diana Yasuo. The Senna as well is definitely a really strong pick right now. Senna is extremely strong, can be paired with so many combos as well, and they already see his red side bot lane, so they could be going for pretty much whatever they want to. Into Nautilus Samira though, Senna is in a little bit of danger just because Nautilus can press R as soon as Senna gets out of the mist, and then you can't really escape that one. But the thing is, if Senna just has her E on, then you can't press E on her. You can't press R on her, excuse me, and the only way that you can get her is through a Q, which Senna should never be in range of. So it's a little bit difficult there for the Nautilus and the Samira. I'm not sure what UBC's plan is. For now, I don't like it. I'm going to be honest. But regardless, Waterloo here, I like what they're doing. You know, they picked our here in comp so far and are banning away the champions that would do well into them. Sandra, that would definitely cancel a little bit of that pressure in the mid lane. As UBC here, considering their last ban is going to be the TK, which I like. TK Senna is obviously very strong, especially into Nautilus and Mira. You have the power of basically making it so that your Senna never dies, especially into Nautilus and Mira. So taking away that TK is a smart decision, and I commend UBC for that. But once again, I don't know why the Ivern is there. It might be a mispick. I honestly do not know.
Yeah, you know it's weird when the casters are confused and like maybe mispick question mark. But hey, I'm excited to see it. I love like wild cards and things that are thrown into the play to just confuse everybody or come up with like a ridiculous strat. I think any game in like early development when not a lot of metas have been made, no rules are really put down.
What are they doing?
Okay, and the Zach. I feel like they're doing the opposite of what they did last game, is where no tank, no jungly, no, just like all fight together. Now they're doing all jungly. Everyone goes in their own place and they hide and they pounce separately. That's what this comp looks like to me. Looks like everyone could jungle here.
I'm just curious. Is there a prize pool for this tournament? I don't know if production could inform me whether there's
that's a good question.
Prize pool, because if not, then they might just be for funning it. Honestly, which is fine. What the hell is their comp, bro? I do not. Okay,
dude, everyone top lane, everyone.
This is
and they're switching. Okay.
So it looks like we have an Ivern mid lane heal from the Flower, which is it's pretty much the LS special. But I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't even know that Taric was a thing. I don't think it is. Taric seems like a pretty bad combo because Taric really doesn't have that much wave clear. The thing is that is pretty smart about Taric in this comp though, is that Taric is a very good anti-dive comp, and UBC has all dive. I mean, they have Zac, Samira, Nautilus, and an Ivern and a Darius on top of that, and Taric should do pretty well into that. Your ultimate, making your team invulnerable for 2 seconds, is extremely strong because if you use it at the right time and UBC has to commit at some point, if Taric presses R at the right moment, then you do no damage and all of a sudden you have no cooldowns and the game is lost. So Taric is a very intelligent pick here, in my opinion. At least it's a good adaptive pick. But I don't know about QBC's comp. I'm just wildly confused and bewildered and speechless. And there are a lot of other adjectives, but you get the point.
I think my favorite part is that like they chose Ivern first, and then they have ended up switching around. So like this is a very counter pick sort of like technique to do, as if the other team was like, "Yo, guys, we have to choose Ivern first." They got the first lock on it. While UBC is just like, "Nope, definitely get him first, so that nobody else picks him because we know that he's going to be hotly contested." I think that narrative is just like going on inside the player's head is hilarious to me. Oh my god, I'm excited to see what they do with him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just as confused as you are at this point. But hey, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool team comp, and I think at the end of the day, you know, if you have there is a prize pool. Oh my god. Okay, well, if this doesn't work for UBC, hey, maybe they know something I don't. It's very, very possible. These players are all very good, and they can be very smart and intelligent about the game. But okay, here's what I think the idea was. I think the idea is that the combo on their team is Ivern plus stuff like Darius, and the reason why is because Darius really struggles to play into a lot of team compositions if he doesn't really have any backup, right? If he doesn't have any enchanters or anything speeding him up, enabling him to get in range. And Ivern is one of those champions that is pretty good at helping you get in range. With the Q, for example, if you right click onto anyone that a Q is on, you immediately go into melee range, which is really good for Darius, right? And on top of that, the shield makes him last longer, which on top of that, like also makes it possible for him to stack his bleed stacks, and then all of a sudden he's like an actual menace. And Darius in this patch is actually pretty good because you know, percentage HP damage and all of that good stuff. Once everyone has more resistances and more HP, that becomes a bigger problem, right? But again, like Ivern right now, really, really bad champion. He's genuinely one of the worst champions. I can check on OPGG, I think. I'll just do that right now.
Yeah, please get some stats up in here.
He's not a very good champion. The one thing is that it's his jungle role mostly that is really terrible. Mid is definitely like a bit of a curveball. It's definitely kind of like the yeah, as I said before, it's basically the LS special. I don't know anyone else who would like vote for Ivern like being an actual pick in the mid lane. And you know what? It looks like he's not doing too poorly. I mean, he has a 50% win rate with 2% pick rate, which is pretty bad in the sense that the only 2% of people that are picking him are Ivern win tricks. So usually Ivern is one of those champions that has a higher win rate than usual. It's kind of like an Aurelian Soul type of situation where like if he has 50% win rate, it means that he's really bad because the only people that are playing him have like 1,000 games on him.
Right.
So it's not, it's 50% win rate is not as good as 50% win rate on like Katarina or something.
Right.
Yeah. Regardless of that, it looks like we should be getting into game pretty soon. Yeah, it looks like we're getting into it. Okay, if you had to have a prediction for this game, do you have one?
Bro, I feel like it's the meme team where they're going all bruiser and it's like have fun with this and maybe they'll do something cheeky. There's like a 90% chance they're gonna have fun. They're not really caring about results. It's not necessarily like a toss of the game, but I think there's a 10% chance that they have some sort of secret strat that they've been honing and they're finally going to pull it off in the tournament. And I hope that's the case because I want to see something spicy. But I feel like it's probably just going to be them like doing some sort of weird strat that isn't like that isn't very meta heavy or designed to succeed. It's just designed to be funny. And I think we're going to see a lot of target that one guy and maybe induce some rage. That's what the read I'm getting for players. I could be right. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
We shall see. We shall see.
Hey, why not? And Arcane has lethal tempo. I mean, yeah, why not? I think I've seen lethal tempo on Darius before, and the idea is just that you get your stacks a lot faster. But I've still seen a lot more Conqueror for sure on Darius. But lethal tempo isn't necessarily too terrible. I just don't think it's the best. But again, is the fact that it's not the best really going to stop UBC? I don't think so. I don't think they're really opting for optimal team compositions here. On the other hand side, I actually do like Waterloo's team composition quite a lot. The only thing is I'm not like that big of an Aatrox fan. I think Aatrox is kind of overrated. But that might be kind of and that's a crash. That's pretty cool.
It's unlucky. But do you have a lane that you want to focus on in terms of who we watch? Because I feel like that question is way more imperative in this, whereas we don't know what's going to happen.
Again, I feel like the bot lane can be pretty spicy considering how the bot lane went last game. I feel like bot lane is going to be a pretty big focus.
Okay.
And this time we have a Sabir and Nautilus, which is a very aggressive kill lane, into something that's a lot more passive. Into the what was the AD carry pick? The other one? I forgot. It was Tarek and Senna.
Senna, yeah.
Yeah, so Tarek Senna is a little bit of a snooze fest, but Samira Nautilus certainly isn't. So I'm looking forward to if Samira Nautilus can get the shove, which they shouldn't technically be able to, I don't think. But if they can get shove and they get some roams off, then it can get interesting. So I guess we'll see if something like that happens.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of roaming? I feel like I believe, is it it's because they switched, and I'm not very good with like positionings being different. It's
so
Waterloo's at the bottom. Sorry, just like UBC is at the top, Waterloo's on the bottom, and I think Waterloo is the one. No, oh my god, no, UBC is the one running the all tanks, all jungles.
Yes. UBC has
Right.
the meme team.
The meme team, yes.
Yeah,
You think that we're going to see a lot of action individually, or do you think they're going to like play 5 people in like one spot for the majority of the game?
I have no clue. I have no clue. Oh, thank you. They brought up the team comps here. Oh, and it looks like we're going to be back into the game. Yes. Perfect.
Nice.
All
right, maybe they'll do the 5-man invade this time. That's what I'd like to see.
Okay. So it looks like we had a DC and someone is paused, so unlucky. We'll just be waiting for that. But yeah, I mean, UBC has a pretty good level 1 team composition. Looks like we're on paused, maybe. Yeah, it looks like we might be on pause here. Perfect. So, and we're paused. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, so the UBC team composition has a very, very solid level 1 there with the Nautilus, the Samira, the Ivern, the Zac. There's all of them are pretty decent level 1s. So it's definitely very viable here for UBC to look for any sort of invade. The cool thing about Ivern as well is that if you land a Q over a wall, you can have your whole team jump over a wall. So you could go over.
Did they change that? Is that new?
No. That's so Ivern's Q. If you right click on it, you get into melee range of the target that you queued. Or at least like your auto attack range, basically. So for melee champions, that's melee. And I'm pretty sure it goes over walls. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know it brought the team with it. I swear it was an individual thing, unless they changed it, or maybe I just remember poorly.
This is just one person, maybe. I might be. Hold on. You know what? I'm on my desktop. I can cheat, so I will.
It's not cheating; it's references.
Exactly. Well, you know, it is Ivern. We don't exactly see this pick every day, so I feel like I'm justified in cheating here. Ivern throws the vine in the target direction, dealing magic damage to the first enemy hit and rooting them for a short duration, during which they are also revealed. Root color can be recast while the target is rooted. Ivern and allied champions can select the target rooted by root color, dash to their location with allies, stopping at their attack range, and Ivern stopping within 150 range from the target. Yep. So it's you can go over.
That's probably what they're gonna use the most, huh? That's probably what this comp is built around, huh?
Oh, it looks like we might have a remake.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's gonna be a joy to see. And if it works, I'm gonna be so happy.
Yeah, it's I think maybe that's the idea. It looks like we have a remake on our hands as UBC's mid laner, or I don't know who's mid laner, cannot log in whatsoever. So unlucky.
That's really unfortunate. Yeah. I was really looking forward to seeing that comp in action, and now we have this. Tisk.
Well, that's just life, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, assuming they do the same thing, Well, I guess we've theorized about it a lot. But how about player-wise, instead of just the champions? Do you think that someone is there anyone worth watching? I know you said you knew a couple of the players on UBC, like Arcane and I believe one other. Is there anyone you want to look for to shine in this next game?
Well, again, I really only know Chiv and Arcane, and Arcane is a pretty decent Gangplank player. He also has played Aatrox. I feel like Aatrox and Gangplank is the two champions that I've seen him do the most. Other than that, Chiv plays a bunch of different junglers, and he's a pretty fun player to watch, I think. But Chiv and Arcane are basically at the same like skill level, I'd say. They're both like very good, and they have their faults. It's like pretty much at the same point, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Callum Coyne and Overflow have been performing really, really well. They look really good. And yeah, I'd say look at them the most, I guess. But
Is there
again, I
anyone
don't
you
know.
want to see step up and be like
Step
take a
up?
redemption arc?
Oh, definitely UBC's ball lane. I think they're due. They're due for a redemption arc.
Okay. And they were the Lucian and Nami pair before, which honestly I really enjoyed because it's the classic lane or the classic comp when I first played and first started out, and seeing those two on the enemy team was always like, ooh, this is like one of those fair and fun matchups that I need to avoid the cooldowns for, and then I win. Or like I knew how to deal with it, even if it wasn't very well, silver. But I was like, this is a good fun pair to play against. So I'd like to see them do well this match as well. Hopefully step up to the plate, take back some kills and some points here in my books.
Yep, pretty much. It looks like we're just going to be remaking it here. We're just, yeah, UBC didn't even bother to mirror the bands. They're just going through the the A's in the alphabet. They're going Alubu, Alistar, Kshawn. Yeah, we're just going through this draft real quick. We hope that we'll get into game fairly soon. We also do have the spec delay, unfortunately, to go through again, so that's another added 3 minutes, which is a little bit of a bummer. But it is what it is. Roll with the punches and roll with the C'est la vie, and roll with the extremely bad Riot client. That is just a classic, It's just a classic. Somehow Valorant, they did such a good job in the client. Oh, there we go.
Wait, what? Did I just quit? What happened?
Rip.
Oh no, unlucky. Well, you know what? We've talked about these players long enough. Let's talk about ourselves. Let's be selfish. What other games have you played? Heck, these guys.
Heck, these guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, I haven't been playing that many other games. The most recent game that I think I've finished is Hades. I think it was Hades.
Oh, good game. Excellent game.
I love Hades. It was a really, really fun game, and I'm really into. Okay, they canceled the draft again. I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna let the.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Talk about ourselves.
Yeah, Hades is really good, and I really enjoy like mythology, so I thought Hades was really, really entertaining. What about you?
See, I don't play games that normally finish. A lot of the times I think the most recent. Oh God, when was the last time I finished a game? I mostly play like those live games, like Valorant or Apex or Overwatch.
Yeah.
I haven't really played League in a while, but like those don't end. The last single player game I really played was Breath of the Wild, and I spent like 500 hours on that, but I didn't finish it. I didn't even beat Ganon. I just like found all the towers and I got all the armor pieces I wanted and found some of the fairy fountains. I didn't even go for the Koroks. I was just like, these are the things I want to do in my like personal list, and if once I'm done them, I don't care. Like it doesn't matter if I don't do 100% completion or don't do this or that. I'm done with them once I've completed my objectives. So yeah, I haven't played like a solo game like that and finished it and ever. I don't finish games really. I'm really bad. My attention span is horrible. Like going through the whole thing is fun, or like going through most of it is fun. But once I've gotten to the point where I want to do, whether it was defeat this, climb this wall, or like get this item, then it's like, all right, I don't care anymore. It's kind of my way of playing games. But I do like Nintendo and Nintendo games and like multiplayer games. Those are my favorite because I like interacting with people, or at least nice people.
If we don't slow down draft, it auto locks our champions.
Huh.
This is a prime League of Legends spaghetti code right there. I love it. It's just fantastic, man. I love it. I truly have casting really makes you absolutely see the League of Legends client. I see the hatred every time I have to use it. There was a period of time where I was solo casting a lot.
Right.
I would just like spectate one of my friends' games and just cast it for fun. And 50%, there was literally like a whole entire patch where spectator just did not work. It just did not work.
No.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And then like
Unlucky.
every other patch, there's like a new issue that pops up like completely randomly. It's insane. Oh, we're just going blind pick now. Ah, fuck it.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
why
technically,
not, man?
yeah.
Yeah, why not?
It's the honor system. Good guys.
I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Man, I hear people complaining about clients, but like I don't really use them enough to see the issues out of most of them. So I'm kind of like, yeah, sure, man. Like it's not blue enough, or like it's not this color. Yeah, I'll complain about it. But like, I'm now seeing the issues with riots, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool, good job, League.
League of Legends is it's such an interesting game because and such like an interesting program because game one it was Waterloo that one.
Yes.
Waterloo won game one. Because it's a 12-year-old game at this point, even older, right? 14-year-old if you count beta. Probably started coding it like 15 years ago. And the base code was never changed. Like they just kept adding spaghetti on top of spaghetti. And now like it's just a tower of spaghetti. You know what I mean? It's like the Tower of Pisa of spaghetti. Like if you just like add just one champion to the game, all of a sudden the whole game breaks and you have to like go 15 layers of spaghetti deep to find what's wrong. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And like there are so
Lasagna.
many it's lasagna. It's basically lasagna at this point. You're right. There are so many interesting things about the game that are like actually come from bugs. So, for example, Riven originally the animation cancels from Riven. If you don't know, there's basically like a fast combo on Riven where if you auto attack move click on the ground while you queue, you can queue faster, or basically you can auto faster after you queue. And that was a bug originally, and it became a feature, and it became like if you can't do this on Riven, then the champion's not for you. And like Caitlyn was the same thing. I talked about it earlier, where she had like this bug with auto cancels, and like machine gun Caitlyn became a thing. But for Caitlyn, for some reason, they didn't keep that mechanic. But then here's the interesting part. Then they reworked Caitlyn, right? They redid all of her skins and stuff like that. And guess what? The bug came back. the same exact bug came back because they like redid her skins or something, which is hilarious because they had like so there was this bug on Caitlyn, but they removed the bug, right? And then like the bug like kind of popped up like sometimes, but most of the time it was just completely dead. And then they like rework her skins. And they were like, I remember the patch notes had said, "Yeah, we finally fixed this bug." And then this same bug like re-popped into existence, and I was like, "What the like? How is this possible?" It's
That's funny.
crazy.
I see. Yeah. Okay, I can understand like what. Okay, as a person, right? I mean, not as a human who loves not doing work. Yeah. I can see why you wouldn't want to fix your code. But at the same time, you are Riot. You are literally one of the most, not just probably influential, but like one of the most lucrative businesses in any brand. And you have the time and the resources to do this. So like, do you put it into like fixing your game? Because like, yeah, it kind of doesn't need to be fixed because the bug is gone, right, guys? Or do you just like work on your 2,200 years of game dev experience and like make a new character? Like, I don't know. It mixed feelings, mixed bag of feelings.
Yeah. But again, it's like one of those situations where because the whole game is spaghetti. The only option you have is to redo the whole spaghetti from scratch, right? And like that would result in a pretty much completely different game. Like, what about all of these characters like Riven and like Caitlyn and all of these that like have features in their kits that are technically bugs, but are the way that they are being played right now, right?
Yeah.
Because like if you rewrite all of the code cleanly, then that means that a lot of champions are different and the game is completely different. So it's kind of tricky.
Hadn't thought of that. You're right.
But regardless, looks like we're finally
Yes.
into this game. It took us
Here
so
we
well,
go.
but
Here
are
we go. It's the 5 bands. They're going together. They're gonna meet up. Oh my god, there's gonna be an epic level 1 fight. Here we go. I'm so excited.
I love it. So basically here, Waterloo, they knew, or it seems that they read the invade from UBC, so they're stacking in their red side jungle because that is usually the most common path for invades. It's definitely going towards your bottom side of the jungle there, around the tri-bush. So they're waiting for UBC to show up, and UBC are like, no, we're going to take a little bit more of an interesting path. And it doesn't look like it's going to result into too much. Now it's up to UBC to decide whether they actually want to take this blue away and then keep on jungling as per usual, or do they want to reset? It looks like it's just going to be a reset here. Chiv is going towards the blue side as well. And no action, unfortunately, at this level 1.
Dang it. They were so ready. They had all the steps. They did the thing. They moved together, and then nothing. Mark that down on my disappointment calendar. Man, another one.
Another disappointing feature on your calendar. Well, one thing did happen, though, and that's that Arcane put down a ward onto the blue of Legans. Legans. I don't know how to pronounce that. On his blue, on Diana's blue. So he will be knowing on what side he starts, and it is going to be his red side there. And it looks like Diana usually is a little bit of a full clearing jungler. So you shouldn't be too worried for early ganks, but still, information is better than nothing.
Man, that's like, I get that's important, and, you know, knowing where they start and where they're gonna go, prediction, that's all good macro, but I just wanted to see a fight level 1, man. I'm sad.
That's boring. Give me a
I know! Info and being smart or whatever. No wonder you guys are higher than silver. Whatever.
As Arcane here. Woo, that's a lot of damage.
Wow. That's a lot of damage. Oh, with the flash! The flash for flash reaction. He literally just flashed in front of him, said boo, and then Aatrox was like, nope, and then just flashed out. Coming along with the emote. Oh my god, what a beautiful interaction that we happened to catch. I love that.
That was a little bit optimistic by Arcane. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. You're like, really, you're pushing it. But I like it. I like it. Aggressive play there, and Arcane did have a huge advantage there, a huge HP advantage, and he had the XP advantage, so he abused it. So very well done there. You know, the flash for flash is probably not worth it, I'd say, for Arcane at this point. Just because you are like pretty immobile as a Darius, while on the other hand side, Aatrox does have his E to escape from any kind of ganks if he had to. But regardless,
but the psychological damage, man. Come on.
Exactly. It's the emotional damage. It's really,
yeah.
I was like, that's here. It might be finding Chiv or Chiv finding Legans.
Early battles. Here we go. Looks like that the team comp, being all the bruisers, definitely going to go for a bunch of probably leaving lanes and going for battles here. I'm hoping, maybe some dukes in the jungle. Nope, they're backing off.
Yeah, smart play there from the side of Waterloo, as they did see that both V-Flower and Arcane had the priority over the lanes. Their minions were pushed further into the lane, and it would take more time for Turret Tickler and Exhaustive to respond to that fight, which means that UBC would have probably won that. So very smart there. As Legans once again, most likely. Oh, it actually looks like they might try to fight for
maybe
this.
Engage? Okay.
No,
Okay.
UBC's bot lane is first to the fight, so once
Just
again,
kidding.
Waterloo is going to have to back off, and that's a very nice start for Chiv, getting both of the scuttles here.
Man, I was excited again. Diana first comes out with her Q. I think she dashed in already, or maybe not dash, but just decided to be aggressive. But nope, bot lane comes up for a rescue. Even just seeing them is like, I see the friends are here. Reinforcements are sent. I decided to just back off. I'm here on the edge of my seat, ready to interrupt you at any point. But again, no action. My timing is really off.
This is one of those situations where if you were in solo queue, the jungler would have absolutely died for that scuttle and then blamed you for not moving, even though you don't have priority. And then your game is pretty much over. But luckily, this isn't solo queue, and these players are better than my junglers, XD. As
Okay. Oh, but the early trading blows comes with Aatrox on top, taking out Darius. Man, the bleed looked like it was gonna cleave right through Aatrox's his shields and his passive, but nope. Just kidding. Turns out, not enough. Darius is the first one to die here.
The triumph there, keeping him alive, actually, is pretty insane. But I mean, Arcane there in the 1v1 situation again, he's just a little bit. Just not quite enough damage there in the 1v1 situation. And I feel like that's one of those situations where Or maybe Conqueror might have been better. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm not exactly a top lane aficionado, so I'm not quite sure what the difference in power in between the Lethal Tempo and the Conqueror on the Darius is. But regardless of that, Inexhaustive is in a really nice spot now. Because as you can see, this wave is pushing back towards him, and he already has a level advantage. So when this wave is going to crash under his tower, he's going to have even more XP as an advantage into Arcane. And Arcane is in danger of getting ganked here by Lagans, who is still level 4, so really not that much danger from the Diana, but still, he has to overextend into this lane, and it's like a Shiv might be here just to help him shove this wave.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know if bleed stacks with Conquerors or how that works. Oh, okay. Maybe a small drag by Aatrox. He knows that the Zac is coming in here. Okay, Zac charges his ability. Maybe? Oh no, decides not to launch it after all. Since the minions seem to be taking most of the brunt blow. Zac is getting ready to attack, though. Definitely with a refund of his jump. He's kind of just waiting in the sidelines, but yeah, he's taking a bit of a while. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen.
Yeah, so this is a freeze. If you've heard the term before, it's... Oh! He's also here, might be in a little bit of danger here. He's actually looking for 1v1.
Oh, but he thought he would back out, but no, Darius is able to go back in. Zac saves his buddy, maybe? Okay, yeah, but the flash is already exhausted and Aatrox can't really follow up. Hopefully Darius is able to safely back out here.
Super well played from an Exhaustive. I mean, beautiful. Yeah. Just a wave control there by an Exhaustive is absolutely amazing. He's pulling the wave and taking it to the side so that the minions will stay alive and that they will basically enable the minions from the opposing side to push back into him and keep it that way. So that way Arcane would lose maximum minions, but Arcane and Shiv both know this. They're like, okay, well, we need to cancel this freeze. We need to be here and to shove this wave into an Exhaustive's tower so we can reset the lane. And Inexhaustive knows that Shiv is most likely there, so it's a bit of a mind game there. And then Arcane goes forward. He's like, okay, I'm going to force a fight. So that way Inexhaustive has to take the 1v1. Oh, meanwhile, in the mid lane, we have it all in here.
Okay, using the Ivern bushes. And Exhaust comes out. Huh? Okay, thanks to the level 6 Daisy is being summoned already. Used to balance.
It doesn't look like anything's
going
to happen there.
Yeah. Oh, but Yasuo's looking for... Oh, his Whirlwind? Nah, it doesn't connect. Not quite.
Yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But yeah, I mean, still, regardless of the fact that there's not that many kills, it's still really well played from Waterloo here so far from the early game. Inexhaustive again in that top lane, beautiful mastery of the wave, and not overextending into that 1v1 means that he gets to survive, and Arcane has to recall as well. And now it's still a very heavy advantage here from an Exhaustive. It's 12 CS in the lead, which is going to get even further beyond. And once again, it's the same exact situation. Minions are pushing towards him, and Exhaustive wants to freeze the wave. Arcane and Shiv both know this, so they're going to try and shove this. And Exhaustive most likely knows that Shiv is also here. Looking for the 1v2 though.
Oh my god, but the damage that Aatrox was able to get in before Zac was able to pounce and save. Oh my goodness, that is... Oh my god, a Senna ult nearly takes out Darius' remaining health, but he's... I can't see the number, but I feel like it's in the double digits. Oh my god, that was nearly a very clutch play by Senna. I don't know if there was... I assume there was vision there, because that was a spot-on shot, but like, oh my god, that was so close.
I don't think he had vision. That was
no vision shot? Wow.
So that was very, very close. Very well done once again. Exhaustive is playing this top lane matchup just so well. He is putting Arcane in the dirt right now, which is not something that I was expecting. Darius is definitely usually one of those champions that does really well into the early game, even though Aatrox is also one of those champions. As far as I'm aware, Aatrox is pretty okay into Darius. Because you do have the dash to create some distance, and those Qs are fairly easy to hit. But still, I mean, Exhaustive is just playing this macro-wise extremely well. In the meantime, our other lanes are pretty much a snooze fest at this point. I'm kind of surprising here that Callum Coin and Torverfloor are going for the farming, what's his name, Tarek instead of the Senna. Farming Senna did get buffed in the recent patch, which means that you could technically just go farming Senna here, have a traditional support AD carry lane, and that does enable Senna to go back and Slayer as well. But instead, they're going for the fasting Senna as Arcane here.
Ooh, maybe another pounce tactic? Ah, no, looks like Darius backs off. Yeah, he knows to give that up. Smart guy.
Yep. Lagans does have his smite, so there's really no point in Arcane trying to fight that. He's in a 1v2 situation as well. But yeah, it means that Lagans actually So looking to go for this Rift Herald, actually. With the control that they have over the mid lane right now and over the top lane, it makes sense, as in the meantime, the bot lane doesn't look like we're going to have too much action either. So yeah, this is the color caster's dream and the play-by-player's worst nightmare. 10 minutes, 1 kill, and all macro plays. So
I just want to see action, man. You're doing a fabulous job, and of course, everything you say is absolutely correct, and I'm loving the in-depth analysis that you're doing. But man, I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like seeing them go for a poke or two, and maybe shoot off a couple cooldowns. Honestly, the most exciting thing that happened was the Sentinel that might have been blind that nearly took out Darius's remaining life. Oh, but here we go. Okay, just as I speak, I'm eating my own words. It looks like Zach is going in for the pounce. Tarek pops his W, able to get them out. Ooh, possible stun, but it's nah. No, doesn't look like it's enough. I don't think Zach was able to land his jump there, and looks like bot lane was able to escape their lines.
Yep, a good flash there from Callum Coy. Means that he's able to get away, and the Senna is pretty safe here. Indoor Flow also still had his heal. There was still an exhaust onto Callum, so they were completely fine. The flash did have to be blown there. Very, very over-aggressively positioned there from Callum Coy. It's like such a greedy way to put the ward down. Definitely not what you want to do. But still, doesn't matter too much. He will have to use his flash, and it actually does look like Callum Coy is looking for a Kraken Slayer build here because he does have the Noon Quiver in his inventory. Usually, Kraken Slayer is built on farming Senna because the AD carry build, the classic Kraken Slayer into Ginsu's build, is so much more expensive than Eclipse. So usually farming does become more worth it in those types of situations. It looks like we might have a 3v1 here in the top side.
Three-man gank. Okay, Darius looks to be offering his life to Aatrox as they come in, but Zach and his mid laner, I believe, coming in to save the day. Looks like even with that taunt blown, trying to drag him away. Another? Okay, 4 people top, all on this Aatrox. Senna comes in with an ult. Oh my god, it's enough to keep the Aatrox alive. It takes out Darius, and Exhaust is popped on him as well. But that, honestly, 1 for 4 with the clutch Senna ultimate. What is this? Bot lane, we were talking about a redemption arc for you, and oh my god, you've achieved it. Now you're being attacked under tower. You take his life anyway, and you walk away. The 1v3. 10 minutes of nothing happening. It's just a little snooze fest. It's a farm. And then all of a sudden, bam. 2 clutch ultimates. I'm going insane. Don't even worry about me. I'll be good for the next few games. Oh my god. Please.
Okay, this is a disaster for UBC. It's hard to... yeah, I mean, at this point, you might as well, if this was a scrim or a solo queue, you would be typing FF15. This is disastrous. So the reasons why is because so many resources were used there into the top side to try. Oh, might be looking for a fight though.
More engages. Nautilus pops his ultimate, able to get the Tarek off, but it looks like the ult is being popped. Now they're in vulnerability, and it looks like the rest of their team is coming to help. Nautilus is having to get away, being forced back, slowly whittling away at the ADC's health. Ooh, Yasuo comes up, picks up a kill. Zach's able, gets his ultimate or his passive pop, and it looks like he's going to be cleaned up here. Oh my goodness, red team is forced under tower again. Oof.
Yeah, if you could see my face right now, it's not a pretty one. UBC have really thrown this game away. I mean, the team composition already was a bit of a question mark for me, but the execution is even more of a question mark here as, oh
my goodness. And Senna coming again, clutches all. You know what? Redemption arc, you have earned it. Anything I said before about like your last game, your performance, it was already glowing. Now it's absolutely out of the park. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so, yeah, very eloquent in my words, as you can see. No, but so what's happening? I think UBC has reached a little bit of a mental explosion breaking point, I would say, in this game. I feel like this game is pretty much over. I mean, it is over. I don't really have to say it. UBC forced so many resources in top lane that was going so poorly, and they still went 1 for 1 thanks to that Zen ultimate, as you said. And then because so many resources were poured into top, all that Waterloo had to do was walk bottom lane, kill Viadetta, and because they had that Rift Herald, because they had control over mid and top at the moment, they were able to take the full turret, which is an absolutely massive amount of gold. And now it's pretty much over. It's an 8k gold lead at 14 minutes. It's absolutely massive. Once again, the entire UBC team is in this top side to try and stop this Aatrox, but Exhaustive is just playing it so well. He's never overcommitting to the fights. He's playing it at a perfect range, just poking down his Darius slowly and slowly. As Viadetta here, as a Samira, can do pretty much nothing. Is Callum Coy here? Maybe looking for an engage?
Ooh, okay. Zach comes in, pops his ultimate, is able to pick up on the Senna, I believe. Unfortunately, the quality of my stream is going down, so I had a hard time differentiating the characters. But man, looks like I think it's just like I said earlier, 4-on-1. That's what UBC is looking for with their comp. All they're doing is just jumping into that one guy, and making his life miserable. I don't know if they even care about the L, but like, dude, every time, just jump on one dude.
Well, lucky for UBC, they were actually able to take down Callum McCoy there. It was fairly close. If Into Overflow had his ultimate there, it would have definitely not been a kill, but it looks like it's still on cooldown. And from the previous fight, so that's really good. UBC finding a good pick there. They had the timings. Callum did not have his flash. He did not have his exhaust. Actually, I think he didn't. He expanded it, but they didn't have the Taric ultimate. They were able to find that pick, but it was extremely close to being a 1-for-1, and Arcane is just dead here. Mispositioned, Legends punishes him pretty cleanly. And now, once again, I mean, Waterloo, like, UBC, you get a pick. That's really nice, but it's just all over the map and not a lot of options to fight here. Your only carry this game is a Samira, and she is one level behind. She still has not unlocked her shield bow to the Kraken Slayer completed on the Senna, as well as all mythics completed basically on the blue side. Now Waterloo, I mean, they can fight whenever they want.
Okay. Aatrox is ready to go in 4v1. He does not care. Oh my god. Even if the other two came to help him a little bit later, he was able to just walk forward. He was like, nah, 1v4, I totally got this. And he dominates them. I think the tower is still hitting him and he doesn't care, and he's just farming off of it right now. Dude. Oh my goodness. Yeah, UBC, you are not safe under that tower or anywhere. This Aatrox now, he's buff, he's beefy, and you fed him dinner. Dinner, lunch, could be 2 meals at this point. Honestly, it's a buffet. Aatrox has the pick of the litter in terms of where he wants to go and who he wants to kill.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Respect.
Thank you.
Play by play to play by play. I respect that.
Thank you.
I'm usually a play by play caster as well, so those silly things. Sometimes it just comes out right, and you're like, yeah, I nailed it.
Yeah, I meant to say that. I ate, and I only learned about that phrase
Left
recently.
no crumbs.
Oh my goodness, dude! You don't even sound like your main is play by play. Your color, top notch, my guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's you know who else is leaving no crumbs? It's Waterloo. They are eating UBC alive at this point. And you know, again, we were talking about the draft and we were like, huh? It was a bit of a question mark. But this is the game execution itself is even more of a question mark. I just don't feel like they really have any options at this point to win the game. It's really depressing. Because you're watching it from the sidelines and you're like, okay, well, this is just kind of over. 12k gold is now the lead at 17 minutes, which is just humongous of a gold lead. Obviously, there is like a little bit of a money printer in the Senna. Senna lanes tend to always like have gold advantages just because of the souls. Every single soul is dropped is 8 gold, I believe, for the Senna. So eventually you get to a point where you just naturally get a gold lead. But this is not a normal gold lead in any means. By any means, excuse me. As yeah, currently it's well, there we go. It's again 10k gold leads, 11k gold lead, excuse me. Dragon, everything. As Inexhaustive is a 1v3.
Yeah, Zach starts off the pounce. Oh my god. Okay, I was like, okay, if that Senna ult saved, if that Senna ult saved another life and was able to go for a trade, I would have cried. I think I would have cried on the spot. That happens so often in this game. The UBC is trying to do that pounce thing that I said, to target that one guy and kill him, but not only has it been denied several times, it hasn't really worked out, and I just want to know why. Like, why have they done this? Like, if they're happy, that's great, but like, what were they thinking when? What? Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, the pick on into Inexhaustive was really good. UBC layered their CC perfectly, so Inexhaustive wasn't actually able to use any visibilities, so he wasn't actually able to survive at all. And that's one thing that UBC's team comp does have quite a lot of. It's crowd control. And crowd control is effectively the only way to come back into games like these. It sounds dumb, but it doesn't really matter if you're 10k gold ahead if you're completely stun locked the entire time, right?
That sounds like so much fun. You're right. I love not being able to play the game that I want to play. Like, I get jumped on by a Zac. I'm like, oh, I'd like to react now. Nope, you're just going to get CC'd. That sounds like an amazing time.
Yeah, but the reason why it's not, you know, it's not a free win for UBC is because there are so many options on the side of Waterloo to just not get CC'd. You have Flash. You should never be, as Senna, you should never really be in range of a lot of the crowd control on UBC's side. So it's like, yes, you do have, ideally, theoretically, it is possible for you to win. But practically, are you actually going to be able to completely stun lock all 5 enemy players at the same time during the period that you need to kill them all?
Oh. Time to
We're about
find
to find
out.
out.
Looks like Darius. Yeah, Darius is gonna just pull in Yasuo immediately. Nope. It looks like they're just gonna slap him a couple times and then let him go. It's kind of like neighbors and bullies pass by each other, and the bully slapped them a little bit, and then they decide, it's not worth it because they're scared, or they're like, whatever, and they keep going. I didn't see anything happen. They kind of just like intimidated each other and kept walking. But it looks like, okay, the bullies are coming back. They want to come and take Baron. Looks like, one good ward in the bushes. Okay, Baron is successfully taken by blue team. They engage early. Oh my god, the big ultimates being traded around. Looks like Yasuo is trying to do his damage. Okay, and the crits come through. They finish off, get another stun and CC'd. The blast plan almost taking Yasuo away, but nope, Ibei is able to get the passive knocked up onto Zac before he escapes. Darius tries to run, does not work. Zac is trying to escape, also cleaned up. An exhaust comes through. Everyone is being chased down one at a time. I don't care if you're a bruiser, you're not getting away. None of these guys, oh boy. You are not leaving.
And that's the ace for Waterloo with the Baron and the absolutely massive gold lead. So they will very easily be able to end the game here. That is going to be 2-0 in favor of Waterloo in this best of 5 finals. They're at match point right now, at tournament point, as UBC there coming in with the question mark draft and the question mark execution, I guess. As that's a dancing Shelly. Woo! Hey, I don't know who's observing, but they're doing a great job, by the way. River is actually doing really, really well.
Yeah. Observer, very nice.
So that's going to be it for our second game of the day. Man, I don't know. I wanted that comp to work. I wanted to be proven wrong, but instead I'm just left with more questions and less answers. So yeah, we'll see what happens in game 3, I guess.
Sports United is proud to announce Canada's dedicated Valorant Collegiate Invitational. MECI Valorant begins with Western and Eastern Canadian divisions. Tune in on July 23rd and 24th for our West Division qualifiers and July 30th and 31st for the East Division. Find our socials at linktree/MeSportsUnited to stay up to date with more MECI news. Now enjoy the rest of the Canadian Intercollegiate Exhibition. We'll see you soon.
And welcome
Hello,
back.
everyone. Welcome back. We're here. Let's kick it off with some winners. Hey, 2 MSI mice to be awarded to the following users. Sorry if I mispronounce this. I think it's Due, Doue, and Daiku Burger. Congratulations, winning 2 MSI mice. Thank you again to MMX and MSI for sponsoring us, allowing this event to happen, and giving out these free things.
That's lit. Yeah, we can win free stuff. It's pretty cool. So congratulations to those winners, and thank you to our sponsors once again. We are now onto our third game of this final of a best of 5. So Waterloo right now is on the verge of winning this tournament, and it's $650 Canadian dollars, eh?
Canadian dollars,
Canadian dollars, eh? Of price, so not bad at all. But if I say so myself, it's not bad at all. Okay, we've officially derailed. But yeah, so it's a pretty good money. So they're pretty close to winning it. On the other hand side, UBC they've got a long path towards redemption right now. It's 2 games to silver scrapes and 3 games to a prize pool. And considering last game's performance and draft, I don't know. Do we think it's possible?
Okay. That last game, kind of a meme pick, right? But
Yeah.
we know that they're capable of great things, and the W was taken. So I don't know why they decided to do that, but possible, very possible. We know that at least like from the first match, we know that they're a definite match for wow. Oh my god, why did I brain fart? Help me again. Name? Where's my producer?
Waterloo, UBC.
Waterloo. Thank you. I almost said Western. And I was like, that is not correct, and I stopped myself. But we know that both of them are basically equal, and I'm not going to count the second one. So I'm looking forward to seeing how UBC comes back from this, because if they decided to just have a friendly match last game, they know for sure that it's 1 match away before they drop the title. So they need to make sure, or they're probably very confident then that they can take this. So I'm looking to see if that confidence is found, or if they're just like, you know what, we don't need $600. Maybe they're doing that. Maybe they'll run this again. I don't know.
Maybe they're for funning it. Yeah, I mean, who knows? We were question marking really hard on to last game's draft, but I think there's still there was definitely some logic there. I don't think it was like a completely random draft.
Right.
The idea was definitely we get a full melee composition, literally full melee. So Darius, Zach, Ivern, and then Samira. Samira is literally just a melee AD carry, and then Nautilus, and then you just have the Ivern there as like a proxy to make it like a pseudo ranged composition. So you just press Q on Ivern, and then you get on top of your enemies, and then you just win. Right? That was the idea. But there were some problems. I think the first 2 problems was the Senatoric lane, which completely it just poops all over the idea of UBC's team comp, right? Like, it's just, well, you're going to try and engage on a Taric, you're going to lose. And then if you just try to play passively in lane, Senna is just going to scale and free farm, and you're just going to lose as well. So that was definitely a little bit of a complicated situation there on the bot side. And you saw they tried making plays on the bot side, but they were just so safe. Even when Senna was pretty much inting and walking up to ward, just face checking straight into a bush into a Zac, it still didn't really work for UBC because all she had to do was flash and E, and she was just chilling. So it was rough. And then on the top side, things went even worse, right? The Darius Aatrox matchup, Arcane was really close to getting first blood on that level 2. Unfortunately, he didn't get it, and then he lost his flash. It was traded flash for flash, but the Aatrox still took over. Inexhaustive did a really, really good job in that 1v1 that often turned into a 1v2 and then into a 1v3 and then into a 1v4. So really, really run from Inexhaustive. And then from there on out, really, the game just kind of evolved. It felt like it really didn't matter what UBC did after that point. So, if you're UBC right now, you've got 2 choices. Either you think, okay, the game plan was sound, but our execution was bad, and maybe we have to adapt a little bit more in draft, so we just run it back. Or, which I think is the correct option, the idea wasn't good, so you change it and you start playing a little bit more of a normal draft, maybe a slightly more comparable to what there was before. which I think is definitely possible. As I just noticed that every player on UBC's team except Viadetta there has like the minion icons. There's like a siege minion, a caster
Cute.
minion, a melee minion, and like two minions.
Nice.
It's
You know,
kind of
theme
cute.
icons are like one of the best parts about team games. You know, when you're like all lined up
Yeah.
and you're waiting. Oh God, there's a really famous one. I'm not gonna dive too deep into it because if you know, you know. But if you don't, one of my previous streams when I was watching over the Toronto Metropolitan University Overwatch team, they did one where there were 5 Doomfist characters and 1 Mercy, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And those themed ones are very cute and they can be very fun, and it's like one of the best parts about being on a team. I think it's awesome. Yeah, and if you know, you know, and if you're cool, you know. But yeah, I'm okay. So talking about hype things and like cool things, you know, sweet transition. I hope somebody clipped the Senna ultimate from downtown, like both to almost snipe the Darius to death, yeah, and to save him or to save the Aatrox, so they go for the 1-for-1 against a 1v4 was insane. And I'm not a casual viewer, I unfortunately can't, but that was very, very hype. We talked about Redemption Arc from the bot lane, and they delivered hand and fist.
Well,
beautiful.
Well, I meant the Redemption Arc from UBC's bot lane, which unfortunately did not deliver.
I know what I said, and I said it wrong. But you know what? Correct me anyway. Yeah, no, but like seriously though, the Senna play, brilliant.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
The ultimate,
pretty cool.
That was awesome.
If
yeah,
if it actually if it actually killed the Darius, it would have been really cool as well.
That would have been so cool.
The one that was blind was like 20 HP off, unfortunately. But still, hey, I mean, it was
20.
Still,
oh,
really
I feel for you, Senna. 20 HP. So close. Yeah, like you said, I'm really hoping that UBC decides to just scrap like the meme team and just go hard for it. Because I'd like to see even if UBC doesn't take this, I'd like to see a close match again. Because the first match, wildly entertaining. The second, for a little bit different reasons. But I'd like to see more head to head.
Yeah, 100%. I think it could be. It would be definitely slightly more fun if we had a slightly closer game. As okay, it looks like we should be able to get into this draft right about now. Now, I'm expecting UBC to go with something else. At least I definitely like to. As Annie looks like is going to be just completely permabanned, and so is Yumi for the entire remaining of the series, which is definitely I feel like it has to be targeted at V Flower. I'm going to check right now, but V Flower. Yeah, V Flower is an Annie one trick. That's why.
They've researched the competition. I see.
Yeah. 58% win rate over a lot of games in Master.
Whoa.
Pretty impressive. So V Flower is really
Nice.
proficient at the pick. It's kind of crazy. I feel like Annie one tricks are like a different type of breed, you know? It's like,
the 1, 2, 3 stun you and me. Yeah.
You're built different if you play this champion over and over again and you don't get bored of it. It's crazy.
They haven't changed her, right? She still just has like a little shield.
No,
is one of her. Is her E?
Same
Cool.
old.
All right.
I respect it.
I mean, props to you. Yeah.
I respect it. As okay, well, the Twitch feedback is kind of go off like half of the draft, so I'm not sure who's being picked on the blue side right now.
Aatrox ban. Smart.
Yeah, with the Aatrox ban and the Zeri ban there from UBC.
Dude, these switching sides things and colors always gets me mixed up. Is UBC on red team right now?
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be the Seraphine first pick here.
Okay.
Exhaustive. First time that Seraphine has been left open, and Seraphine is extremely good. I've mentioned it many times. Seraphine is really OP. As this is a Chiv special. This is Chiv is extremely good at Echo Jungle, or at least I've seen it really work for him a few times. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then they're taking the Senna away, which I also like, because Seraphine Senna is one of those lanes that I think is like completely busted. So they're going to be taking away that dual lane there and taking the Senna for themselves. Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to have a Yasuo Diana combo once again here from the side of Waterloo. So that's a very strong combo once again. And the Swain is going to be picked here for UBC, which I really like. I think Swain is extremely strong. He's
Mhm.
been slightly reworked. I don't know if you're aware of the rework, but now he basically has an infinite ultimate, which is kind of OP. And into
Is
stuff
that
like
the
that.
one he had the crows first, right? And
Mhm.
then after that, I know he got one rework. I don't know if he
Yeah.
got another after.
Yes, he did. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
well, there's a lot of changes since Old Swain, but basically he's like a drain tank. He's a massive drain tank that
Okay.
has like basically infinite ultimate if you keep hitting people with your ultimate. He like becomes like this massive like crow demon or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, it works really well into melee compositions that are fairly tanky. Like the longer the fights are, the better for him, basically. And it works relatively well into Diana Yasuo because usually as Swain, you're not going to get one shot by that combo. And then once you're not one shot by that combo, you're just drain tanking them. So it can be a pretty efficient combo, as here we have the last round of bans and is going to be the Ezreal and the Kalista here from UBC. So taking away the bans from some bot lane options here from the side of Cal McCoy and Overflow, who have been very proficient at it. The only thing is, to me, I feel like banning Ezreal and Kalista might not be productive because Seraphine could technically be an AP carry champion. But regardless of that, Kiana pick here. Very interesting.
Ooh,
Very
numbers.
interesting. That could be towards the mid lane. So I think what's going on here, my prediction is that it is Echo jungle, Senna Swain bot lane, and then Kiana mid lane. Senna Swain bot lane is fairly decent of a bot lane. It's not amazing, but it does work. Interesting. Okay, we have Sona being picked here from the side of Waterloo, which means that we have a Seraphine Sona lane for Waterloo.
It's the musical girls. Nice.
Yeah, it's Sona 1 and Sona 2 together in the bot lane, as Ornn is being considered as the last pick here for Waterloo. And Waterloo, they have drafted themselves a little bit of an Exodia team composition here. No. Okay, well, it was almost Exodia. We almost had completed the full Power Ranger, if you will. But no, this is the Camila is going to be picked instead, which is totally fine. I don't particularly hate it, but I think Ornn is like insanely strong in this team comp. At least LS would have been very happy, I think. But hey, I would have been happy too. As Maokai is actually going to
What
be
is
the
the
answer here.
Exodia?
Exodia. Oh,
The
it's,
Exodia comp. Mhm.
I mean, do you know what Exodia is?
I do. Yeah. You get all 5 cards. You automatically win. I think it's a stupid mechanic, but yeah.
Well, it's just like a joke as how. So there's this. Do you know who LS is?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so there's this guy in the League community called LS or Last Shadow. He has like a very edgy name, but regardless, he's like he became very famous in the League of Legends community for being like very passionate about item choices during season 10, season 9, something like that.
Okay.
There was like this huge argument in the League of Legends scene about there were 2 items that provided that a lot of AP mages built, and it was Morello's and Leandri's. And it was basically like almost every mage picked either or. And it was like a huge debate about which item was better. And then LS pushed the rhetoric that the Leandri's was much better overall and in almost every single case over Morello's. And he was right. And he got extremely popular off of that. And so he's like this personality in the League of Legends scene that's very popular. And he is a very big fan of very specific things in League of Legends. One of the things that he really likes is enchanters. He really likes picks like Seraphine. I think his favorite is maybe like Soraka. He really likes Soraka for some reason. He has like these weird fixations about some champions. He's a very interesting guy.
Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah, he kind of popularized the term of using Exodia as in like, oh, it's a really strong team composition.
Okay.
Usually the reasoning behind it is like, oh, like you are scaling and but you are safe, so you don't have to do anything and you'll automatically win. Like that's a lot of, I think, what he means when he's a team comp. But regardless of that, yeah, I think 2 team compositions here make a lot more sense. Regardless of what side you're on, I feel like the team comps makes more or less sense. The only thing is, on UBC's side, it's a Kiana Senna bot lane? Oh god, what is this? No way, right? I feel like they have to trade. There's no way we're playing Kiana Senna, right? I don't know.
I don't know,
see,
Chief. UBC. I won't put it past him.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But we'll see. Whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen. But regardless of that, the Maokai and the Kiana are pretty big question marks. Maokai has not been like a good champion in forever. I don't think he's a good champion right now. I don't think he has been in like the last 3 years. So that's a little bit of a question mark, but we'll see what happens. Also, he's
Excuse
playing
me, I
into
play
Camille.
Earth. I love Maokai. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me. Or Aram. Aram Maokai is pretty good too.
You have me there.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. I like Aram. Honestly, like, if you're a League of Legends player, Aram is probably like the best part of the game.
Yeah, it's random,
Yeah.
it's chaotic, it's generally quite balanced, and like there's a whole different mechanic of like you only have that one life, you know, shop once and then keep going and like see how much you can scale. I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, if you're just looking for some fun and some relaxing League of Legends gameplay, ARAMs are pretty fun. But this is not ARAMs. This is sweaty, a real League of Legends action.
Yeah, $600 on the line for the pot.
What's that copy pasta about? Like real men like pooping themselves or whatever? Like...
What? No, I don't know that one. I don't know
hilarious.
that one.
It's
Okay.
so funny. Let me find it.
Okay, yeah, share it with me. You know, don't worry, stream. We'll share it with you too someday. Just Google it, and you know, we'll all read it together on our own time. Some things are just important, you know.
There's a lot of bad words.
Okay, not recommended by us. Not recommended by us. It's okay. Don't worry. Anyway, game time. I'm excited to see what bot lane again. They think is going to be the most action based or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. It does look. I'm interested to seeing like where the lane assignments are here onto either side of the rift. I'm still expecting it to be Swain bot lane, but I just don't know with UBC anymore. Okay, it does look like UBC is heading towards the bot side right now. But I mean, we're still 1 minute into the game, so we'll have to find out about that. But I do believe, yeah, it does look like we have a lane switch here, which I'm much more happy about. As
yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that does make a lot more sense. It appeases my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, UBC. I wanted to see a real game, the last one, or possibly the last one.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. The Senna generally does pretty well into enchanters, because she scales extremely well as well, and she can try and get as many souls as possible during the laning phase onto these enchanters, and she has sustain as well. So traditionally, like Senna does pretty well into Lulu, for example. I don't know into Senna Seraphine if really that changes. But regardless, Swain is also like a pretty decent pick into enchanters because really they have no way of bursting him down whatsoever, and he can out-sustain them pretty easily when he has access to his ultimate. So I actually like UBC's team composition as far as like theory goes. Now in practice, I guess we're going to find out. And again, like Waterloo has been playing pretty well these first 2 games. Very little mistakes. Very like goal-oriented gameplay, and I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the redemption arc if possible. Was it UBC's bot lane? Was it? Yeah. From first game, I want to see them do well with this matchup. Hopefully, we'll see a little bit of action in the beginning. You know, unless they're smart, you know, and they trade. Oh, okay, a couple shots fired already. The empowered auto attacks from Sona, dealing the first bit of extra damage. Looks like Soraka puts down her, or not Soraka. The other Sona 2 puts down the ability. Yep. Thank you. Throws her Q out. Yeah, no, just trading. But it looks like very aggressive trading here. It looks like a lot of damage is already being thrown back and forth. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what usually happens in these types of lanes. Because you have like these super long-range spammable abilities, so you're bound to use it pretty much all the time and spam them all people down. And Senna is usually the, you know, beneficiary of a lot of these trades because she has so much sustain in her kit. She also went for Fleet, which I like. Definitely the better option here, in my opinion. Though really there are pretty much are no other options for Senna currently, as far as Keystones goes. Yeah, it's pretty much Fleet or nothing. I don't think I've ever seen any other. Though sometimes I go Dark Harvest, but that's just for fun, you know.
I see. Looks like an early engage here. Oh, but the damage that was followed up on Sona looks like he's traded. Oh, but okay, heal and ignite are both tossed out there. Heal not doing as much as it should have thanks to the what is that? What is that status
Ignite?
called again? Yes, ignite, but the prevention of healing. What is that called again? Curse wounds.
Uh, you put me on the spot.
I'm sorry.
Fuck, what is it called? I forgot.
I've forgotten. Okay, but it looks like top lane from the coming out on top. Maokai and Camille trading here with a flash committed from jungle. Okay, and Deanna comes from
So
nowhere.
greedy.
Didn't even see her. Ooh,
So
but the
greedy.
punish. Nice try. Is Echo even going to make it? Tripping over my words. Is Echo going to be able to escape from here? It does not look like it already. Deanna committing the dash. So many flashes. So many
I don't like
ignites.
it. I don't like it. It's again super greedy gameplay there from Chiv and Arcane. I mean, Arcane did his job. I think he set up the gank perfectly fine, but Chiv are going really deep there onto an exhaustive. I know an exhaustive doesn't have flash, but still, there's no way that he kills there. He had no items. There was no way that that third proc would kill. If he was like 50 HP under, then maybe you'd go for that. But that's just optimistic from Chiv. You can do that before the durability update, but post durability update, that doesn't work anymore. So that's going to be really sad there. That is an extremely fed Diana right now on Legons, and the scaling on the Diana is extremely scary. The thing about Diana Yasuo comps is that it's actually not the Yasuo that's carrying the comp, it's the Diana. Yasuo is basically only used in this combo so that when Diana presses R, Yasuo presses R, and there's no way that you can escape from Diana's R. Usually when Diana presses R, she has that very short bump towards the center, and then you can kind of flash out of it or dash out of it or status or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're Yasuo ulted, you're still in the air, which means that you can't use any of those things, and you automatically get hit by the Diana ultimate, which then completely deletes you. So it's a pretty scary situation already for UBC right now. Though again, fingers crossed, we do get a little bit closer of a game this time. As
Yeah, it looks like UBC always going for those aggressive plays, trying to support each other when they're going for ganks, and setting up whatever lane it is with either one or more reinforcements to come help for the battle. But man, it looks like Waterloo is kind of caught up on that tactic, and they know that okay, the minute they gank, counter gank, boom, and it's done. And there's hefty trades. It looks like right now Waterloo is coming out on top of it.
Yeah, it looks for now Waterloo is definitely doing really well. But again, this time UBC actually do have quite a few scaling options, contrary to the last game where they didn't really have much options to come back into the game besides a miracle 5-man crowd control, which would have never happened.
Right.
And so once again, we might have a 2v2 here on the top side.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. Unlucky for the Maokai. That's just too bad. Picking up another kill right when they didn't need it.
I think maybe Arcane wasn't expecting the Ignite to be back up already. He was baiting for the gank from Chiv. He was like, "Oh, come kill me," and actually, but you actually can't, and my jungler's here. But Inexhaustive was like, "No, I actually can. I have Ignite, and you won't kill me." And my jungler is also here anyways, so yeah.
Actually, I can kill you, and it's perfectly within my power.
Yeah, so Inexhaustive there doing once again a really good job in these scenarios. I admire honestly Inexhaustive's gameplay this series so far. It's been really good. A lot of top laners, especially in my elo, which is a little bit lower in Diamond, it's a lot of top laners will tend to go slightly over aggressive in ganks and stuff like that. In 1v2 situations, and will die for plays that are barely worth it or not worth it.
Right.
But Inexhaustive so far has been just towing the line every single time. It has been coming out on top every single time, and it's just been working out really well. And Arcane is going to have a really rough time in this lane now.
Yeah, he seems to be a very reliable player. It seems as both his macro and his micro are very good. 1v1, you leave him alone, he does just fine, if not a little bit better. You get another person to come along, and his jungler comes to help. Even if it's a 2v2, they tend to come out on top. He seems to know how to balance when to go in, when to go out, and when someone else is around. His awareness is very good, and he knows when he can take fights. It's very impressive. Good gameplay.
And that's really important for a top laner, right? Because you're this role that is 1v1 for the most part of the game. and then suddenly like the jungler comes at the worst time possible. Oh, we have another 1v1 though.
Oh, the knock into the seedling. Okay, that was a good trade of damage. I thought at first Maokai was not going to win that, but you know what? Okay. I can see the play happening. It looks like the damage is definitely on Camille's favor. She's got the extra items and such, but okay, Maokai, doing your best to stay alive. I hope it works. Oh, okay. Then, okay, there comes the ultimate. Maokai punches in. Looks like the Echo is able to follow up with the Q. Doesn't even need to ult on his own. Nice. Okay, that was a really good bait. All right, just proving me wrong.
Just as we were singing Inexhaustive's praises.
Yeah.
Overextended and die. That's a classic caster curse right there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Inexhaustive
Sorry,
has been playing really well so far, so we'll forgive him. But you know, the other hand side is that Chiv was in that top side. Oh, looking for a 1v1 here.
Dan, just Kiana things. Knocked into the wall, hits the wall, bam. Out. Yeah, and the jungler, the 1-2 layup. Very nice, very clean.
Very well played there. Perfect for me. Okay, well, Arcane is just playing.
Oh, no.
I respect it. He was trying to crash the wave. He was like, I need to get this wave crashed or else this Camille is like going to be so far ahead in farm.
Yeah.
But instead, he dies, and the Camille is also going to be far ahead in farm. But honestly, at least he gets the wave crashed. Because if he doesn't crash that wave, then it's arguably just as bad, if not worse. So, like, I respect it. Like, if Diana isn't there, you get the recall and you're so happy. But, yeah, there.
That would be me. That's my mindset right there. If I get to live, that's good. You know, living
Exactly.
good.
Living good, true.
Living good.
So just gonna pick up all of these CS here, but UBC is actually being able to fight back at least somewhat in this this third game. So looking better than second game for sure. But they're still relatively far behind. It's 1k gold at 10 minutes isn't too big of a deal, but they do have to be mindful because the Sona Seraphine comp is definitely really important. And on top of that, the gold is on exactly the person that you want it to. Is the Diana, right? She's 3-0-0. She's doing really well. 2 stacks on the Dark Seal already. The Natural Tooth is completed, which means that she's going to eat through camps just like it's fucking breakfast. So it's going to be really easy for Diana to get just stronger and stronger from this point on. You just have to be really careful of where she is on the map and try to play around that.
Yeah. Oh? No, this is going to be a bit of damage, right? No. Yeah, they're just going to duke it out with a couple abilities. Trading. Looks like Maokai really wants to establish his presence there. I mean, like, I don't know if he's going to go for a long fight or if he just uses cooldowns and then just, like, leaves. But, oh boy. Oh, okay. Looks like there's going to be a fight. Another set of ultimate trying to save their teammates. With the flash coming out. Ooh, Kino's not able to take... turn it around and take Yasuo. Oh my goodness. Another clutch... Oh my set of ultimate doesn't matter. Echo comes through. Comes with a Q. Procs her head. And, okay, alright, Sona comes in for the clutch, comes in with the heal, and they're able to walk away. Wow, another from downtown Senna ult to absolutely turn around a fight where it was needed. Dude, this Senna doesn't miss. And a flash has come out with the Sona ultimate. What? Crazy. Good job. Very nice, Waterloo.
That was a crazy... That was very mechanically intense from either side, and I wish we had replays for that. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Viadetta there did a really good job in the 1v1. Turret Tickler did also a pretty cool mechanical trick on Yasuo. I believe that the official name is like a Keyblade or something like that. Basically, you EQ onto a minion when your target is in the air. So he had his tornado ready, and he tornadoed the Kiana, and then he EQ'd to the minion nearby. And if you do that, your Q damage transfers to the target that you're ulting to, granting you just that Q damage, which, I mean, a lot of times will be the difference in between a kill and not a kill. So pretty good mechanics there. But then Viadetta there, the beautiful flash, repositions. So, I mean, first the usage of the grass Q there, really good to tempera, to wait, and to make so that Shiv can get closer to the target. Then using the flash, dodging away on the Q, repositioning, and getting the ult all at the same time. Super high value flash means that they get to trade 1-for-1. Looking for the gank.
Are they out of position here at the bottom? Oh, it looks like maybe with the stun coming off the exhaust under tower, under siege. Oh, but oh my god, Swain is not able to get out even with that turret damage. Oh, that is dangerously close. If I was Swain, I'd be furious right now. And the counter gank comes in. Looks like they're turning... Oh, no. UBC, you're getting it all turned around on you once again. Oh, that was such a good gank too, but it all goes so poorly just because Soda's able to bump you away with the speed boost and just that little bit of distance under tower. Oh, that is so unlucky, UBC. Oh, that was almost pitch perfect. Not quite.
That's a tragic one. Because now, like, once again, the Herald. Oh, top lane.
Oh no! Under tower too. Oh no, UBC just a little too aggressive all over. I'm so sorry. Oh no, no.
It's a
That's so
disaster across the
sad.
board.
Oh.
The full bot lane is destroyed there by that Rift Herald once again. Very similar to game 2 here. The gank goes a little bit awry. I think Chiv possibly could have tanked another turret shot. I think he could have tanked another turret shot and then ulted, which might have made the difference there. I think, like, yeah, if Chiv like goes for another auto attack and then ults, maybe it's possible there. But regardless, I mean, Ent Overflow, very good movement, was able to dodge onto the claw, and then it was just able to barely survive as Turret Tickler here.
Okay. Another gank coming in from bot using exhaust, but it looks like Yasuo has the upper hand with the CC. Okay, but Senna ults right in front of him just to keep her alive. Manages to survive the ult. Kiana is able to escape. Oh my. The support from our Senna is crazy. She saved more lives than the Red Cross. Oh my goodness. At least that I've seen. I'm sure the Red Cross does amazing work. Take that back. But, oh my goodness. Senna is out here just like, no, you want to die and you want to... Oh my god, the double flash again. Another top lane special coming from Maokai. Throws another little hatchling over to the side. He's like, yeah, I don't care if I'm a 2 HP and I just use flash. Take this. Oh my. Oh my goodness. There's a lot happening here. Mr. Natural, I feel bad for UBC. I really wanted them to have more than this, but like everything is going wrong.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like watching a car crash and you can't really look away. You're like, like it's yeah, you know.
You're watching like a learners, and you're like, oh, they're doing really well. They're doing everything they're supposed to. You know, I think this turn is gonna go really good. And then there's a red light. There's a guy walking across the street. They were out in the blind spot, and like, nope, that guy walked a little too fast. Made it out. Oh no.
Relatable. I passed my my N like 2 months ago.
Hey, congrats, you passed.
Hey, thanks.
That's good.
Thanks,
you passed.
First try. Easy.
Hey, yeah, of course.
Oh
my god. Speaking of passing, it doesn't look like they're gonna pass up on this opportunity. Oh my. Okay. UBC is able to come out on top possibly here. Nope. Ooh. It looked so close. Just kidding.
Chiv still had his ultimate 2 there, but would have it really made a difference? I mean, probably not. The fights are just already going so heavily in Waterloo's favor just because Legans is so fed. You can see already he has 10 stacks on his ring. He has Doran's, excuse me, not a Doran's, Nashor's Tooth as well as the Sunfire Cape. So not only is he really tanky, he also does incredible amounts of damage into elongated fights. But guess what? When you have a Seraphine Sona, the fights are going to be really long. So I really like the choice of builds here as well for Legans. Though usually I'm not really too hot on the like tank Diana type of itemization. I do believe that this game it's actually pretty decent because the fights are going to be so long with the team comps that both teams have opted for. So once again, Waterloo playing really smart, building really smart, and the Lady Luck is a little bit on their side as well. You know, it'd be like that sometimes. You're just slightly luckier, and
yeah.
It's just like that. It just do be like that, you know?
It do be like that. It doesn't look like they'll have the arcane bus in order to ship them out of that situation this time either. Kind of taking a beating up top lane. The carry not doing so hot himself. You know, he's surviving. He's doing okay, but the other lanes are not able to keep up with what's been happening. It's just gone against them, unfortunately. And looks like we have a pause. Oh, never mind. Just a bit of lag. That's okay. We're resuming the normal program. But yeah, UBC, it's really unlucky because some of their plays have been textbook, and they failed them. They failed them, or they unluckily didn't get to succeed. Oh boy, and now, okay, oh wait, now we're having a fight, top lane possibly. Maokai gives the ult early, his teammates aren't here yet, but he's able to slow them down using that. Okay, Echo's able to jump in. This is E. Maokai slows down a position. Okay, Sona gets a big ult with 2 people. Another Senna ultimate to save people. Echo gets out with a sliver of health using his ultimate. Sona's trying to run away.
Coming.
Now there's 4. Oh my god, there's 4, and it's turning around. Oh no, Diana gets 3 with the pull on her ultimate. Oh my god, they're being pulled into the jaws. The jaws of Waterloo have eaten up UBC again. Oh no. UBC every time, man. You have like 4 people on like 1 or 2 guys, or like 1 and 2, and then you're trying to go and surround them. But it looks like Waterloo has your number. They just keep coming to help their friends, and right now it doesn't look like you're gonna get away with it. Oh no.
Yeah, this is like the moment where you type in chat like damage kick W. It's
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, Vendetta might be looking for something though. Wait, Yasuo just bailed.
Okay, all right, Yasuo, ditch your friend. All right, feed him to the hungry sharks. Alrighty, man, give him. Yeah, you give him a kill. UBC needs it right now. Okay,
That's
that's one.
Particularly just leaves Callum going to die. I love it.
Yeah, get the zoom in. Yeah, you know that he's not looking at us because he's ashamed. That's right. Oh my goodness, ditching his friend. Didn't you leave your brother like that, Yasuo? Come on, man. Can't believe this.
Hey, you gotta throw UBC a bone at this point.
True.
I mean, hey, Vendetta is actually doing pretty well. I believe they're off roll.
Oh no.
Okay, here comes the teleport.
Oh,
and the
no.
has blue ball.
Oh no, UBC just wanted a dragon. Oh no, now they're being hunted and chased. Oh my god, Waterloo is not letting them escape. Look at this, an incredible Chad back right in front of them, allowing his friend to die, and Swain has nowhere to go. Alright, okay, actually though, the Chad back might save them, who knows. He's not, you know, there's 4 fed people in your bot lane, but like, maybe you could do something about it.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
2 alive is better than 0. Ooh, okay, Sona ultimate into a snare into what seemed to be some sort of CZ. The charm, okay, and Maokai has to flash out, gets ignited, man. Escapes with his life, gets a couple cooldowns, you know, not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
At least he lived.
Low key. I mean, you get the Soda and the Seraphine ultimate for flash. If you can try to fight now, maybe.
Oh,
it's
maybe,
worth it.
yeah, maybe you can take back your lives. Maybe you can make up for what just happened. Okay, we gotta tunnel in. Kanon uses her ult. Ooh,
ult.
slow kill there. Okay. Is UBC able to turn this around? Yasuo jumps in, tries to use his ult, doesn't seem to proc it. Maokai uses his, snares 2, goes in, tries to tank. Oh, but the long fight is really going towards Waterloo's favor. It looks like exhaust comes out. Ooh, Waterloo wasn't able to slow down enough. Okay, you're traded. You're even. Okay, you're 3 and 3 right now. You're currently still making it. It's very possible. Never mind. The Fed Diana is just gonna come in and just. Oh no, never mind. Oh, for 2 seconds I thought maybe it was possible. Okay, good job killing the Yas though, Senna. All right, there's no tower there.
Oh?
What you gonna do now? You're gonna keep running? Is Diana just gonna? Okay. Come on, Senna. I'm rooting for you. Get out of there. Run. This is the best part of the fight. The escape. The great escape. Nope. Just kidding.
Nice try.
Psych. That's the wrong number. Oh man. And the oh my god, the quick back to finish off. That was basically like an emote on the body, like the Baron back. Oh my god. Unlucky.
Hey, I mean, honestly, like, next try.
True.
The ultimate from Vendetta was actually really, really good. And had they not been 10k gold behind, that would have been huge. But again, they are incredibly far behind. And the Soda Seraphine is really online. I mean, you can see just how impossible it is to kill everyone on the side of Waterloo because Seraphine and Soda are so annoying. You just cannot... You basically, if you cannot burst through like the front line of Waterloo, including Diana, Yasuo, and Camille in one spell rotation, you're never going to win. Despite the fact that you have like a Senna and a Swain, which theoretically should be really good in this type of situation, that's not the case. And you can see that with this build, Lagans is actually able to solo Baron. He could very easily solo it, but instead they're going to go for the fight.
Yeah, decides not to, goes for the Maokai instead. Is he able to get away with his life? Just kidding, even though he tried to escape to the other monsters. The Krugs doesn't get out, maybe? I'm not sure.
My God.
Picked up kill on the Echo, unlucky. They had to ditch his friend in order to escape. But it looks like Diana... Okay, they made it out. Boom. Maokai lives to tell the tale.
They only lived because Lagans really misplayed that. He accidentally pressed R. So usually what a thing you can do is you press R and then you E, and then the R proxy. Oh my God, Siren's just dead.
Oh my! Sorry, you were talking about procs. I think I'm seeing quite a few of them over here. Yeah, no. I don't think that matters anymore. It looks like it's just a cleanup. Oh no! Oh my, dude. Even with the Maokai ult trying to snare them away, Diana's like, okay, I'll just stay here and kill you instead. You know, I don't have to be all the way over there. And it just freaking whips them up. Use the R. Doesn't even need the follow up from Yasuo. It just cleans the rest. Oh my. Swain's getting dived on now by Diana. Even under tower, Diana does not care. Uses her Zhonya's, takes damage. Kiana, maybe he's able to chase her away, actually, with the cooldowns. Okay. No, Echo just forced to use his ult to retreat. It's not working out. Kiana's probably going to get hit up here with some sort of CC. Probably another Yasuo whirlwind. He's going to get absolutely, like, all it takes is one thing right here. Yep, looking for it here. All right, they backed off. One cooldown to rule them all.
Well, UBC didn't lose yet, which is, I mean, honestly, they should have lost already, but they didn't, so that's good.
It's possible. It's possible. They're going to hang on. They're going to make a comeback. They're going to steal Baron. I don't know. They're going to just, like, big. They kind of have to.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is over. I'm sorry. It's
no,
unfortunate.
UBC, my hopes, my dreams, my pay. If we had went to 9, I would have gotten paid double. No, I just.
This is the last hurrah for UBC. The Drake in 10 seconds here. If they manage to get a pick and one-shot someone and then recall and save their base and then fight more and then magically find 10k gold on the ground in the enemy DCs, then maybe they can win.
Yeah, maybe there's a DC and maybe they take advantage of it. They don't remake. Oh boy. This is going to be great. Oh, Camille goes in with the... Oh, no, on the squishy. It looks like he's going to go down immediately. Kiana uses her ult, but to no avail. Already picks up the Senna. No. Oh, fighting right in front of Dragon because... Oh, my goodness. They do not care. Dragon, you can do whatever you want. Yasuo decides to go for the scuttle before re-engaging with the fight.
And in the meantime, you can look at the base. The base is gone.
No. Yeah, no, it's not happening. And a Quadra... Ladies and gentlemen, we have our pentakill for the night. Congratulations, Camille and the Waterloo. And as we speak, pentakill, Nexus kill, team kill, UDC killed them. They're dead. Congratulations, Waterloo, for this victory on UBC 3-0. Wow. Solid performance.
Waterloo will be the victors of the Canadian exhibition tournament here. And man, that was fun. Congrats to Waterloo. They played really, really well. At the end of the day, I think UBC, you know, some struggles, some things to improve. I will give you know, props to Viadetta. I think actually played really well this game on the Kiana. Mechanically, I think it was played really, really well. But I think
some of her ultimates and the outplay mid, beautiful. Beautiful. I almost said she was dead, but then I like blinked and it turns out, oh, actually it was Yasuo. I was like, wow.
Actually really well played. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Not even close. So that's unfortunate. You know, Waterloo at the end of the day just doing really, really well. I think their team compositions made a lot of sense as well, and I liked the options that they had in all 3 games. Basically, all of their drafts were pretty interesting to me, and I really liked them. On the other hand side, UBC's drafts, I don't know. I think V Flower and Viadetta as well. Definitely a little bit unfortunate. I believe their champion pool is a little bit tight, especially for V Flower there with just the Annie pretty much.
Yeah.
And you know, that's just one of those things. Like if you there's like this like super famous Bruce Lee quote or whatever. I fear not the man. Not what was it? Like I do not fear the man who has like practiced 1,000 different kicks, but the man who has practiced single kicks like 1,000 times.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
1,000 times.
In solo queue, that's true. But unfortunately, in tournaments, that is not true. Because all it takes is one ban, and all of a sudden, that one kick that you practice 1,000 times is unfortunately just not that good. But regardless of that, I think still extremely well played from Waterloo. Especially the top laner. What is his name? I forgot. Really well played for him. What was it? Inexhaustible. You know that?
Yeah. Yes.
I loved it.
Good performance by pretty much everyone, but Inexhaustible. Fairly, wow. Yeah, every time he got ganked and like 3v1'd or destroyed, I was like, wow, he's like, it was textbook. He was going to get killed, like he was supposed to get killed, and then UBC was going to move on from that. But no, he turns it around, he's able to live, and his jungle comes to support him. Bam. Congrats, you guys. That was very well played. Good job.
Yeah, congratulations. And it looks like we have some more winners, which is pretty cool. I don't know if we mentioned these already. I don't think we have. We have Dancing Foreskins. What a username. And Fluffy Gummy Bears that have won plushies, as well as Attack 1216, Beater Lol, and 2016 Duck that have won some gift cards to Memex.
Yes, congratulations.
And yeah, congratulations to those guys. And a reminder, apparently we have so we have our winner for the whole entire tournament, which is Waterloo.
Congratulations,
We'll be
guys.
getting home with the prize pool, with the tournament prize pool. Congratulations to them. I think they deserve it. Looked pretty good. I haven't watched the other games, but I've been considering how they did against UBC. I'm pretty convinced that they were probably the best team on this tournament. And yeah, thank you
Yeah, we
everyone
saw
for
some-
watching. Do you have any questions, Justin?
We saw some quality gameplay tonight, guys. It was a pleasure to watch every single match. Like, as much as we made fun of some of the games, which ones, but I think you know which, they were a pleasure to see anyway. And I had a great time casting with you. Thank you again, everyone, for coming to watch this. Thank you again to our sponsors and to the teams that decided to participate. You guys made this tournament. It was a pleasure to watch, and for Cast 4, it was so much fun. And Mr. Naturals, I think you have the last say here.
Cool.
Thanks for the good times, my guy.
Of course, it was a pleasure casting with you. My name is Natural. If you'd like to see me cast more or do anything, you can follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. It's Natural Cast. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.